All right, here we are. What's up, guys? Welcome back to a late night Pokemon card stream on Sunday night, Monday morning. How's it going, everybody? We were not here for Saturday, but I'm here for Sunday. Let's go ahead and grab the menu. Tonight, I get to show off my Tyranitars. Are you proud of me? All right, we're going to hit save on that. All right, let's go ahead and put this over here. What's up, Derek LED? How are you feeling tonight? So we are here. The title shall be, I'm back from, let's have it say, I'm back from Kansas City Collecto-o-con. Live card shop. All right, there we go. All lowercase this time. There we go. And let's go pop this over here. One of the things about what we have that's new on the menu, we have this 151 surprise. I hope you guys will jump in there. If the demand is here, or if the demand is high, we will get more of that product. So what is, okay, Mr. Alex is pinging over. I'll just let him to do that. Let's jump over here to the TheCardconomist channel. So, man, I am just running on so poor sleep. I have some big errands to run this week. So here's the news. So on Tuesday, I might miss the daytime stream, but probably not the nighttime stream. And then 2 days after that, same deal. All right, let's see. Let's close these. You sold Ethereum. I did do that. Okay, some information about transferring money around. Mr. Blake sent 2 orders. Whew. Okay, and then now we're in the PayPal orders queue. Let's take a quick look at that. Doobie doobie doo 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 doo. Luis Oyervitas e-check just cleared. That's interesting. So Martin Ramirez ordered 2 days ago a live custom. All right, Mr. Martin Ramirez. You probably ordered that yesterday night is probably what happened. Then we have 2 Blake Santoro orders to take care of. Mr. Blake had $25 to Cyber Way and a $20 live custom. Ooh, who goes first? Actually, it says here that Blake Santoro ordered 1 day ago because he ordered at 12:16 a.m. So Martin goes first because he ordered before 12:16. He ordered at 7:29. So it had not passed into a new day. His is actually older. So it goes Martin Ramirez, then it goes Blake Santoro. That's the order. Let's go ahead and put this up here. Let's get the iPad turned on. What's up, guys? How's it going? All right. We're starting. Where'd I put my penny sleeves? We're starting a little bit late tonight. Sorry about that. Busy talking, hanging out with Karis, talking, doing stuff like that. It is the weekend after all. Okay, I'm going to grab this. Okay. Why do I have this ad on my own video? That's so crazy. Mr. got those Tyranitars on stock. They look nice, right? We are. So, yes, Karis and I decided to go to Kansas City, and we had 2 options. We either go there, pick up some stuff and come home, or we go there, spend the night and go home. We decided to spend the night because we wanted to hang around the city and do some city stuff with the sheedy people. Ooh, my sheedy walk. It was cool. We had a good time. That's the second time we've done that. My extended family all lives out in Kansas City, but I haven't seen them in 18 years. But, you know, I never really explored the city with my family. We were always in the suburbs anytime we went over there. So I've been to Kansas City many times in my life. And this is the second time we went to the Collecto-o-con in Kansas City. We skipped it last time, but we went this time, and it was nice. I got to see Darth Maul. Yeah, the actor for Darth Maul. We got real close up to him. Now, to actually get like a signature from him in line, you had to pay $80. And so we were standing in line. That's how I figured that out. And I was like, $80. And then I backed out of it because I didn't have an appropriate Darth Maul card. I didn't know he was going to be there. I came underprepared, essentially. If I knew Darth Maul was going to be there, I'd have opened up hella Star Wars cards until I got really nice Darth Maul, and then I would have had him sign it, and then I would have had PSA graded. But I was underprepared for that. He is a cool guy, though. I really like Darth Maul. He's the actor. You know who I'd really like to get the signature of? The guy who made Darth Maul, right? George Lucas. He's the creator of the character. So it's kind of an interesting thing. But yeah, he did a good job. He had kind of, in my opinion, the role is a little bit easy, isn't it? It's just sort of like, look cool, die, don't say anything. He said he has like 4 lines in the whole movie. It's a very short. It's a cool role. It's a very short role, but he looks just like him. It's so crazy when you're close to the Darth Maul actor. He looks exactly like Darth Maul. He's got the facial features of Darth Maul because it's him. So it's really, it was very fun. It's very cool. And Karis talked to a lady who voiced an anime that I don't know that she really liked. So she was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then Ash Ketchum voice actor was there. Veronica Taylor. Also, Son Goku voice actor was there. There was a unbelievably large line to get a signature from that guy. So that's what everyone wanted for some reason. Veronica Taylor had a good line too, actually. But yeah, the Son Goku guy, oh man, looked like it was like a 5-hour line, to be honest. And this was at the end of the convention too. We got there kind of late, you know, because we're driving over from Lake of the Ozarks. Darth Shopping Mall. Yes. Let's see. Mr. got those Tyranitars, not the staff Tyranitars. Mr. is a hype beast. Yeah, I know. Well, you know, I don't know how many of these they made. It's a gamble. Buying them early is a gamble, right? Because you can wait and see if they fall in price or wait and find out if there's too few of them. But I feel like if I overpay for them, that's going to be okay because I'm just going to hide them away for a while. Anyways, I'm not going to sell these. I'm a big Tyranitar fan, so I told myself I should get a couple of the staff cards. And but then if they fall in price, so they'll go into a box if they fall in price, and they'll just sit there a long time. If they go way up in price, I would be devastated that I didn't grab one first. But this one right here, I actually bought at the convention. I paid $875 for it, a little bit under market actually. So it was kind of cool. There was a lot to you know, I had a lot of thoughts after being at the convention. I got recognized there too. There was not a lot of people recognized me though, just the one guy. But we didn't hang around much. We didn't talk to anybody really. But I was just looking at something, and the guy's like, "You're the Gameconomist." I was like, "What?" Or the Cardconomist. Gameconomist is the other guy, right? And it was one of the vendors recognized me, and he said he watches my videos, so that was really cool. Sam's Club dropping later. I want the prismatic stamped Tyranitar. Prismatic stamped Tyranitar. What are you talking about? Sam's Club dropping later. There's a prismatic Tyranitar. I'm trying to think what you're talking about. Prismatic. That doesn't have a Tyranitar in it. Does it? I don't think it does. Sam's Club box. Let's see. Now you got me curious. I'm going to go look this up. Sam's Club prismatic box. All right, let's see. Oops, I typed in Orismatic. We're having an Orismatic over here. Let's see. I don't see a stamped Tyranitar in it. Is it a different box, perhaps? Oh, wait, here it is. He's talking about this guy. Is there a way for me to expand the image? Oh, my God, dude, it's so bad. Here, okay, this image. Here we go, okay. Oh, cool, okay. So it's this guy right here. Take a quick look. Little prismatic stamp on it. That's neat. It's weird, though, because, you know, Tyranitar's not really the focus of Prismatic, is it? The focus of Prismatic is definitely the evolutions. But Team Rocket's Tyranitar, I feel like that actually does have some appeal to it because there is the Dark Tyranitar in the Rocket Return set, right? There's only been a few Rocket sets ever. The original Rocket set, the Rocket Return set, the little tiny promo that they did with, like, Ash's Mimikyu and then Jesse and Team Rocket, and then this set. And this is the second time that Tyranitar has been in a Rocket set. So I wanted to show you guys this. And again, I bought this one at the convention for $875. I also wanted to show you guys this too. Check this out. So this was the item that I wanted to buy without mentioning it to you guys because I didn't want it to all get bought up off the market. But it's these guys here, the Staphylinias. I got these for a little over $500 and they're at $1,000 now. I actually purchased 3 of them. And the third guy canceled the order, probably because he watched them jump overnight, like double. So he looked it up. He said, did I undersell this? And then he canceled it. So he's kind of a son of a... That's cheating. Oh, well. You know, I accept that that happens in the hobby. I think even I've done that, you know, if your card's wrongly priced. So, you know, he saved himself from losing his card in a way. But a lot of people look down on that. You're not supposed to do that. So, here we are. I like hanging out with you. Hey, what's up, Charmander the Flamist? He's a rich guy. I missed you on Saturday. Oh, you're calling me teacher? Not Unc. Sam's Club dropping later. I need the EX for my deck. Tyranitar 64. All right, so I was trying to buy up 3 Lugias. I got 2 of them, and I got these Tyranitars as well. And I got this cute little Typhlosion as well. I'm probably done here. I mean, I think I grabbed a Misty's Gyarados. It's somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Somewhere. Is it in this room? I don't even know. Anyways, yeah, the staff cards, those are pretty neat. But these Lugias are so pretty. You're a teacher because people call you Mister. What? How does someone get that prismatic stamp Tyranitar? It appears to come out of a, oh, this is already in a nice sleeve. It appears to come out of some sort of booster bundle box at Sam's Club. Now, let's see. Prismatic. I'm going to have to buy a couple of those prismatic boxes. You know why? Because we sell prismatic. So if they're at a pack price that's low enough, I might have to buy a bundle or 2 just to try and get a couple of those promos. All right. Yeah, sucks, but can't blame them. Yeah. The card went from like $500 to like $1,000 overnight. All right. I was really surprised to find this at the convention at a decent price, the Tyranitar. But, you know, it does kind of make sense that they might be under market because he's already pretty much overpriced. So he's like $1,000 on the market right now on eBay. When we say the market, we mean eBay, don't we? And I guess I got him for $875. You know, that kind of makes sense. I mean, they're selling direct. They're avoiding eBay, so they're able to avoid a pretty hefty eBay fee. So they probably like that. And yeah, so there we go. This is what I focused some money into. I think I'm going to stop buying Pokemon cards for just a small period and try saving up some cash again for moving. We were talking a little bit about moving again. But I say that, and it never really happens. I just keep buying cards. It's the truth. Now, if you guys are looking to get into a short break, we have 2 short breaks right here. Actually, here's that Tyranitar, but he's a plain holo. But it's still really nice, and this one's really cheap. He's not $1,000. He's $225. And then we've got this one as well, the Pokemon Go one. I should probably stack a couple of these up at this point. This is a good card. He's going to be $100. You bet your man boobs on it. Okay. Okay, let's get started. So, Martin Ramirez, 1 live custom. You got it, Martin Ramirez. Okay, you ready? We got 36 watchers in 12 minutes. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. Oh, man, the next card was it, huh? So that's why there were 2 live custom orders, because people knew that the box was hot. All right, Blake's not going to like that, but I'm afraid, Blake, he ordered his about, it looked like it was about 4 hours before yours. So he was actually first by about 4 hours. Or 5 hours, whatever that is, whatever the math is behind that. What does that say? That says Charizard? Mr. Martin. Oh, not this box. Martin Ramirez. Pop this over here. Grab this. Oh, it's a cool little card. Okay, it's not the most expensive card, but it is a nice little card. That's Charizard XY Evolutions. Notice he's a PSA 9. But weirdly, the 9s are pretty affordable. They're not terribly expensive as 9s because there's so many of them. There's a lot of 9s. Not a lot of 10s. Tons of 9s. The population on the 9s is huge. What did the Collecto-o-con smell like? Yeah, so I have all kinds of things to share, insights to share about Collecto-o-con. I have more to talk about. Here we are. And it's funny because in the Discord server, they asked the same thing. Did Collecto-o-con smell bad? And it did not. Collecto-o-con did not smell bad this time. And so what that made me think is when I was there last time, I must have been walking by a couple of bad apples with stinky asses and stinky armpits who don't like using deodorant. They don't like showering. So this time, it didn't smell that bad. Okay, so now I have a different perspective. That's only my second time going. So I'm betting it's just a couple, you know, I said a couple bad apples in the Discord server, but probably a couple guys are not wearing any deodorant and they smell very bad and they ruin the experience for a whole lot of other people. I thought maybe it was more like a systemic problem, like a whole bunch of people weren't, you know, showering or putting on any deodorant. But no, it smelled fine actually this time. I didn't smell anything. In fact, I was sort of expecting the same thing. I was expecting to run into a smell. So Blake is next. He wants $25 on Slab Away. Mr. Blake, smelled just fine. Let's see. Okay, so you have $260 on your item currently. Looks like my calculator's closed. Who closes my calculator? A guest at the hotel gave me a fat, smokable green stick. What to do? What? All right, so what did I say? 260? So 260 minus 25. There it is, 235. Boom, 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 boom. Here it is, 235. Boom, all right, updated. Now, the rest of your order includes 1 live custom and 4 shuffles. You got it, 1 live custom. It's cold! No! Mister, did you make a hotel, baby? Oh, we tore that hotel up, bro! We tore that hotel up! I'm sorry to whoever has to clean that hotel later. God, we're so gross, dude. Makes you wonder, actually, what do other people do in hotel rooms? You know, if you have really filthy sex, what do other people do? You know, it makes me nervous, legitimately nervous. All right, 4 shuffles. I said, if we're doing this, what do other people do? Maybe I will save it for me and my buddy. All right, here's, ooh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, all right. Oh man, here's Decidua. It was an Airbnb. We like the Airbnbs, guys. We don't like the hotel rooms. You get into a hotel room, something about it feels more worn out. The beds are lower quality. The furniture is really simplistic and stupid. The rooms are smaller. The TVs are like from the 1990s. They're like super old flat screens. They always have like cable, which I experienced cable at an Airbnb. It was very interesting. But this one just had like, you know, standard Roku. And you could watch anything you wanted on it. And, hey, he pulled a Decidua. It's not all sad. So you missed the live custom, but you got a Decidua. So, but we actually really like the Airbnbs. We host an Airbnb ourselves out here in Lake of the Ozarks. You can actually come out here, rent my lake house, and probably come by and say hi to me. I'd probably eat dinner with you if you wanted to. Here it is. PSA 10 Decidui. Here you are. So if you ever want to come down and hang out in Lake of the Ozarks, it's probably kind of pricey, though. Lake houses are expensive to rent. Even Karis and I probably wouldn't rent a lake house. But, you know, we got that other smaller home. We got John's, the house we were renting to John. Maybe get that finished and turn that into an Airbnb, too. I wonder if that'd be stupid or smart. I don't know. But anyways, we were in a high-rise deep in the middle of the city. We could go out and go walking for dinner. It was really cool. And, man, it was really fun. Karis had never been up that high in a building. I was like, really? That's like, you don't get out enough. We are. But so we were in some high rise called like Sky Villa or something like that. The apartments at Sky Villa. And we were on nearly the top floors, like just a few floors under the top floor. So you get all the way up there and you get this view of the city because you just look out the window. Isn't she afraid of heights? She's terrified of heights. It's funny because I felt like she wasn't really getting too close to the window, but she was looking out the window. She thought it was all very bizarre. She was like, whoa. Here's Oscar Resendez. Shipping, please. I have a couple of bags and some slabs. I'd be happy to get you some shipping, Mr. Oscar. It's a good time to ship, by the way, guys, because Miss Alexis is coming back on Monday. Here's Oscar Resendez 1. Here's, oh, I don't know if I'm done with the Blake orders yet. Wait a second. Didn't Blake have 2 separate orders? Oh, Blake had a separate order. Hold on, guys. So his separate order is 1 more live custom and an Umbreon break. All right, he had a second live custom to open. Give me a second here, Oscar. So this is also for Blake. Here you go, Blake. Zoinks. 1 more cold one. Okay. Again, that's kind of to be expected. And then a spot on the Umbreon break. Now, that's a hot break. It's at 4 now, and this one's going to finish fast. This is a hot break. This is one of those cards. People got to have it. Would you let someone join the stream? That's harder. Maybe. If it was a moderator, probably. So if a moderator comes down here, probably. For security reasons, we try not to let anybody in the home. We don't like anyone to understand our setup. We don't want anyone taking photos. Maybe if you could come over and not take a single photo. So we consider it a security risk to show off the inside of the house too much. Especially if you actually walk through the doors. So, okay, so that's taken care of. He's in the Umbreon break now. Remember the interviews? If my slab doesn't come in the mail tomorrow, I'm going to be worried. Still no update on stamps. Just says accepted on August 18th. Okay. That sounds like an important thing. Let me see. Troy Malice, huh? So let's go reset the shipping software real fast. We have to do that anyways. That's super fair. Bet you got some wild stuff. Mr. has 6 pit bulls guarding his property. All right, we have a cat that's figured out how to use a cat door, an old cat door. We put him outside when we left. When we came back, he was inside just lounging on the carpet. He like meowed at us. He's like, meow. He's like, what are you doing in my house? You're not even my cat. He's like, well, I don't know. Just chilling around. Okay, let's take a quick look, Mr. Troy. We're loading up the history. Let's see if USPS is being slow as hell with this package, because I bet you that's all it is. Troy. Scooby-doo, ba-doo-ba-doo, doo-doo-doo. Yeah, it says printed at Sunrise Beach, shipping label created Camdenton, accepted at Camdenton, arrived at Springfield Distribution Center, departed Springfield Distribution Center on August 24th. That was yesterday. Just slow, man. It's just slow. That is USPS. They are snail mail now. They are real slow lately. Did you hear about did you hear about LaFlame? He had me ship, like, I swear to God, like $20,000 of cards recently. It was a lot. And he had me ship it to his friend to sell at a card show, to evaluate. And so I shipped it out in 2 large priority mail boxes with special rings and bells on them to make them safer. And those are priority mail. Those are supposed to arrive in like 4 days. They got to him like 2 weeks later. Took like 2 weeks. And he thought it was lost. It wasn't lost. USPS just sent the box back and forth for like a whole week, just back and forth. Like they didn't know where it went. They just went back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And then finally they sent it to the right guy. And so that's just USPS. They sort the boxes, and they're just doing a really poor job recently. But ultimately it got to him. So I don't know. It got to him anyways. So he's got the stuff like he's supposed to. Mr. Oscar Resendez, speaking of which, let's get you some shipping. Okay, so you got a little bit of a heavier package. Let's give it some weight. After Springfield, it usually gets to me. Thank you for checking. Yes, and if you have that tracking number, you should be able to just look that up anytime. But I apologize for how long it took. But I honestly do not control that part. The part I control is when the mailman picks it up. That's the only part I control. Sometimes that can get really wonky, like if Miss Alexis calls off one day, because we only ship 3 days a week, right? And so the absolute worst outcome is if she skips Friday or Monday. Because what could happen is you wait over the weekend for your package to ship, but she doesn't show up for one of those days. So now you got Monday, you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You wait like 4 days for her to handle it, and then it doesn't get picked up till Tuesday. That's a worst case scenario. It's almost like a 5-day handling time. But even then, after that, it should be to you like within 5 days. It shouldn't take that long for them to actually get it to you. Will it print the damn label? Oh my God, dude. Oh my gosh. I had to tell it to print the label like 7 times, and then it finally did it. Jesus. Just about the point where I start losing my mind. It says, okay, I'll print it. God, dude. I have one eBay package chilling in Covina, California. It's supposed to arrive today, but I don't know if it will happen long. Is it me or there's some static to the audio? Here, let me fix that. Let me fix that. No, I do have the tracking. It doesn't show me any of the info. Oh, very interesting. So I've heard of that. I've used the tracking number in USPS before, and it does not give as many details as this software does for some reason. Why is this software so wonky? We just reset it. It should not be doing this. It's doing a thing where it's like loading the screen really slow. Wow, man. All right, here we are. The problem with changing shipping methods, by the way, is I'm so familiar with the software, I don't want to change it. And I keep praying to God that they're going to update the software and just make it not so terrible. Like even 20% better would be huge. You know, I'd be like, this is doable. But right now it's so bad, and they're just not improving it. And I've got all your addresses in that address book, and I don't want to have to start all over again. Inputting every single address like we just reset the whole business. Hey, what's up, Spunky Weirdo? Here is Squirtle9. Beautiful. Iona's Wat. By the way, it's 825. Iona's Watrell. Lieutenant Serg. And the pack break. Look at that. 41 and 6. We have one person in there. I think there's a couple people in here, right? So that's the new pack break. Pack breaks have been doing extremely well. People enjoy having a shot at some of the top pulls. If you didn't know this, Sabrina's Gengar, the incredibly expensive, what do they call that? Not error, they call it banned card. The banned Sabrina's Gengar is in this set. That comes out of here, out of this booster pack. So if you didn't know that, now you know that. You should know that. This is important information. Mister, have you been following 3L Atlas? I don't know what that is. 31 Atlas? I don't know what that is. I've not been following it, therefore. Thank you, Mr. Oscar Ascendis. Oscar's been very good to us. Let's see what we're doing tonight. Sunday is one of the slowest nights of the week. We've got Mr. Rhythm. He says 6 Gundams. All right, Gundams. You got it, man. It's sad missing Saturday night because Saturday is usually a pretty busy day, and then the next day, Sunday, it's usually not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you rampage Jackson's kids? Did you rampage Jackson's kid almost killed a wrestler? What? Oh, wait, I think I heard about this. There was a YouTuber, and he almost punched a guy to death, right? Something like that. What was that all about? I didn't actually watch that. I just saw the headline for it. I was like, who's that? I don't care. All right, here we are. He couldn't contain his rage. I have no clue what you're talking about. Give me the details. Give me the deets. How you making it through this bubble? Selling all the slabs I bought off you 3 years ago for a F-ton of profit. Better than the stock market, like you say, says Spunky Weirdo. Nice, dude. Glad to hear about that. Well, you know, people are calling this a bubble. I've heard that before. Or they call it a bull market. But you know what? I kind of been through all this before. This all happened to me once before. It happened in 2019, 2020. Because Hidden Fates comes out. The Pokemon hobby explodes. It's doing real well. Everything's going up. And then all of a sudden, Logan Paul comes out and announces he loves Pokemon and that he's going to do a first edition box break. And then all my cards triple overnight. Not all of them, but like actually most of them. All the good ones did. And so all of a sudden, I'm sitting on these really valuable slabs, and I'm watching people liquidate their whole collection on eBay. And I said I'm not going to do it because I believe that the cards had long-term value. And, you know, and then cards kind of went up. They went up for a while. 2021 was good. 2022 was decent, but you could already see some changes. Like there were people getting out of Modern. And then 2023 and 2024 were actually quite bad. There you go, Mr. Thim. You got one etched card. So 2022 and 2023 start to look kind of like Pokemon's in this sort of post-Logan Paul time period where it's really sluggish. People don't want the cards as badly. And to my credit, I could have liquidated a ton of cards. I have this audience. I have eBay. I have the knowledge and the tools to get rid of cards fast. I did not want to do that. I wanted to hold, especially hold the ones that I thought I could never get back again. And in those years, I also bought more cards. So I sold some and I bought some. Mr. Thim, I'm trying to remember. You got a double bag over here, right? Yeah, you got like a triple bag, dude. You're freaking rich. You are. So I held on to a lot of my best Pokemon cards. I didn't liquidate too much. There was some I liquidated that I shouldn't have, but I kept much of them. The other important detail was I felt the winds of change in January. I felt it. And so I started one day with this stream where I whipped out my phone and I bought a $19,000 Gold Star Gyarados right in front of everybody live. Because what I was doing there was I was saying, I know now's a time to buy. And I knew this was going to be my last chance to buy Gyarados. In fact, I think I was saying that. I was saying, I'm pretty sure this is my last shot to buy him. And I had a chance to buy him like last year for like $16K and I turned it down. I shouldn't have. But so I sold some stocks, whipped out $19K and bought this Gyarados, and now he's a $60,000 card. What do you think of that? That's crazy. And that marked the beginning of a big Pokemon boom. Shortly after I did that with the Gyarados, I went on to spend like another, I want to say like $60,000 to $70,000 buying up more Pokemon product just before this big boom this year. But yeah, I felt it. I felt it, the disturbance in the force, that my Spidey senses went off, and I ran out and I bought way, way, way more product. Did you say a banned Sabrina's Gengar? Why was that card banned? Comes out of this set. He has a spooky cemetery in the artwork in the original Japanese version. That Japanese card, which used to sell in the past for just a couple $100, is now a $3,000 Gengar. That's the Japanese one. It still has the cemetery in the background. The English one, they got rid of the cemetery. They said, it's too scary for American kids. They're not as Chad as the Japanese kids. So they got rid of the cemetery, and he looks different as a result. So both of these Gengars, the English version and the Japanese one, sell for obscene amounts of money. They're very desirable Gengars, and they're both very good to collect. Although the English one is much more rare than the Japanese one. It's banned because it included a cemetery in the artwork. Did you say a banned Sabrina's Gengar? It's got crosses on the tombstone. Religion was to be separated from the show. No, Mark J. Valerian, 2 packs of English 151. So you'll have to give me a moment. I have to go get some fresh 151. I'll be right back, guys. You want to have some fun tonight? Send in an order, anything you want. I'd love to see some stuff get opened. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy. It is Sunday night. I'm going to go get this 151. I have to open up a big, I got to open a big box. It'll take me a minute. All right. Here we are. Ta-da! How about you guys? How was your weekend? Oh, right. I got rid of this. Hold on. I need a new holder. Hold on, guys. I need an ETB essentially. All right. Here I am. That gotcha. That's good information. I remember Misty's determination card was banned. And the creepy Grimer, like, looking up the girl skirt, also classic cards. How was your night off? It was very nice. We were in Kansas City at the Kansas City Collecto-o-con. There. I got to see a lot of cute people wearing cute anime outfits. There's some sexy-ass people at those conventions. Like, holy... For example, I was there. All right, let me put this back. For example, ooh, look at that. Man, some people kind of let it all hang out at the convention. They're like, look what I got. Mr. Needed security for all the people wanting autographs. Oh, yeah, I was getting rushed. Target CEO just took the big L and resigned. Oof. There you are. You know, I haven't heard much about Target lately, so that could be kind of a bad thing. Nobody, I don't hear people saying, oh, I want to go shopping at Target real bad. You don't hear that as much anymore. And I feel like, I don't know what he might have done to deserve that, but I feel like maybe it's just the case that Target's not keeping up, you know, the sort of like, they need to turn themselves into a card shop. That's what they need. They need to turn, because that's what GameStop's doing, and I think that that's keeping them alive by a thread. We go Eradicate. Target smells good. I went to the Target out here on Lake of the Ozarks, and to be honest, I was really disappointed because now they play really, really crappy music on the overhead, and I cannot stand it. I hate it. It ruins the shopping experience. It's sort of like, how do I describe it? It's like small penis energy pop dance music, and I just want to scream when I hear it. I cannot stand it. It doesn't go hard enough on the one hand. On the other hand, it's like it forces you to listen to it. It grabs your attention enough that you're like, what am I listening to? Oh my God. Dylan Mulvaney songs? I don't know. I don't think so, but I cannot stand it. And we're out here in the countryside, and it's like a city feel too. It's like I want country music in my Target. I hate country music, by the way. I hate country music. I hate it. But if you're gonna play music on the overhead at Target, make it like, I don't know, make it like fit the actual people out here. The boomers, country people, rednecks. That's the actual demographics out here. Rich guys in their boats, and they are not listening to 18-year-old hip hop, you know, like I said, soft penis baby stuff. They do this, just not their style. You know, play some like classic rock or something. I don't know. Wrong music. And they force you to listen to it. And I do not want to shop there anymore. I told Karis, I was like, well, that's Target for us. It's out. It's out of the rotation of things to do. Not going back here, because I'll be forced to listen to that terrible music. I do not like the retail audio. They could play like Nintendo 64 music or something like that, and I would go shopping there every day to show support. They could play like Mario music. They could play like all kinds of nostalgic 90s stuff. I'm a millennial, and I have money now because I'm almost 40. That's how it is. That is the nature of the world right now. And they are not playing millennial music. They're playing music for like Gen Beta or something. Like stink pop or something. And it just makes me sad. It all sounds the same. It all sounds like some sort of corporate slop for your ears. And you're like, oh yeah, now I really want to go dancing. Now I really want to spend money. Before, I didn't feel like I wanted to spend money. But now that I'm in like a Gen Z, Gen Beta, Gen Alpha hip-hop song store, now I really want to spend. Ooh, look at this. Jake. Now, I wanted out of there so bad. I was like, this is burning my ears. Look at this. Snorlax. How do you find .music that won't get flagged? Is it too late to join the Espeon VMAX break? Not at all. It just started the other day. So here are some of the best breaks, guys. Umbreon. It's shorter. It's Japanese, but it's shorter. It's very pretty. It's vibrant. 4 out of 16 already. This is the fast one, okay? That's the fast one. Then we have the rare candy break. You'd be the first one in here, in fact. We started this just like a day or two ago, and nobody's jumped in. Probably because this is the second time we've ran this Umbreon. Everyone's money went toward the first Umbreon, which was also 16 spots. So really, in a very short time period, we've taken up 20 spots from people. Now, all that could have gone in here, but they chose Umbreon. But here it is. That's English. So you could argue that the English one is more rare, more collectible. Maybe it's going to have a higher value, price ceiling. But we also have this other English card you might consider. This guy, Jolteon. That is 3 evolutions for you guys. We got an evolution table recently, okay? Good stuff. He's 1 in 19 from Prismatic. This is 1 in 26. It's much older, by the way. 4 years old. This is going to go to the moon. There's no doubt about it. This is going to be the best Espeon card that's in existence, other than the vintage stuff. And they're just not going to easily beat this. They've got this cool little German town and the gigantic psychic Espeon VMAX. It's just too good. It's too good. Have you seen the price of fusion boxes lately? It's unbelievably expensive now. So you're not going to pull one of those. So we got a nice one that you could pull for 1 in 26. This one, I would say this is a little less collectible at the moment. He's a much cheaper card. That's why he's got so few spots. He's an Umbreon, so he's not going anywhere. But there's a lot of these to clear through. I mean, there's a lot for people to sell for now. The inventory on those is high all over the world. I like listening to video game OST and soundtracks. I thought I was Mister. You thought you were what? I thought I was Mister. You thought you were in here? Oh, NHCC's in here. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right, you'd be the second person in there. There you go. Kind of like, your girlfriend or something. All right, very nice. So, let's see. What do we have? Oh, I got to go to Quick Trip. Anyone here from Missouri? Does anyone know Quick Trip? Here's a thim. 5 more Gundams. Since we were driving in Kansas City, we stopped by Quick Trip to pick up some gas and a little bite to eat. Anyone here know Quick Trip? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In Missouri, it's very well known. It's a very popular gas station. That chain became famous maybe like 25 years ago because they had like the fastest service in the effing world, dude. Like they were so fast at getting you in and out of there. And they had like these nice donuts. They had the little, little hot dog tray. They had like chiquitos, whatever they're called. They had like this little spicy buffalo chicken dog wiener that you could eat, that you could put into your mouth, and it's like phallus shape, whatever it's called. And my wife and I, we used to go there when we were dating. Actually, even my ex-girlfriends, we used to go there. We'd get donuts, we'd get snacks. It was such a good memory, such a positive memory. And when Kirsten and I went off to school together, we'd go to Quick Trip for the breakfast sandwich like almost every day. We liked it that much. It's a little cheese and sausage breakfast sandwich. We'd go there so much. We just went back to Quick Trip for the first time in like 4 years, maybe. It's been a while because we've been living out here. We don't have one in Lake of the Ozarks. And it's changed my perspective. Their food is so gross. They never really updated. They never upgraded anything. They have stayed exactly the same in 4 years. All the food is exactly the same. And so we did a classic, hey, let's grab a donut, let's grab a hot dog, so we grabbed all the stuff, and I took a bite of it all, and I'm like, wow, this is garbage. I was so bad. I couldn't believe how gross it was. Oh, what do we have? Woo, all right, what do we have here? Oh my gosh, they've got God packs for the Gundams now. Everyone loves God packs. That's a clip for sure. I didn't know this existed. All right, your lucky day, man. That was the end of the box, wasn't it, basically? So here goes. So that's an R+. This is a big deal because look, right away, R+. So you're just going to have a whole box, a whole pack of hits. That's valuable. To put it into perspective, you get one of these every 24 packs. He's about to have a whole handful of these. Okay, ready? We've got this guy. I don't know their names. This guy. It's the Twin Blades from Elden Ring. Here's this guy. Ooh. Wow, I like that one. Black and red. Good colors. I agree with the style. Blonde-haired, short-haired girl. Okay, R+. Here's a ponytail guy. Slash femboy. And here is C+. You know what? It's a really cool pack, and I think you probably have a very large return on value with the good luck here. Notably, no LR++ came out of there. No LR++. So I thought there were 2 cards there. These are so thick. These cards are nice and fat. When you handle them, you can feel them. They don't feel cheap at all. They feel nice and high quality. We are. It was so thick that I thought it was 2 cards for a moment there. Sailor Moon, wild that we are all awake right now. It's Angel Rodriguez. How are you? Okay. Nice. So how many pulls was this? This was, I'll need Mister to go through it all. Oh, I'll go through it all. We are? Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of those. You got 7. Wow. 7. Okay. I don't know, Hathim. You're doing too good. We're going to have to do the Hathim tax on you. The Coke will do that to you. What? Anyways, I think I was telling a story about how Quick Trip gas station food no longer impresses me. We have Casey's out here. Casey's. And they sell pizza. And Barstool Sports Guy didn't like the pizza, but what does he know? He's just saying that because he's an elitist. No, but their pizza is it's pretty close to just being like frozen pizza. I mean, it's gas station pizza. It's not as bad as frozen pizza. It's slightly better. It's like one step above frozen pizza. Karis actually likes it a lot, the gas station pizza. It's really surprising because she generally doesn't like junk food. You can get a full meal for cheap in our convenience stores, TCC. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, we have this gas station out here called Casey's. It's another gas station chain, and I think that they work really hard on having delicious food at their chain. They got a lot of different things that you can choose from, but they got this like handmade pizza, but they also have like these chicken wings that are pretty good too, and it's all made in their back room like a restaurant. And it's like, so it's not, they don't have it delivered to them frozen to be put into a microwave. They actually hand make the pizza. It's really wild. Right in the grocery, right in the gas station. And then their donuts. I didn't think their donuts were that good when I first tried them. Well, I just had a Quick Trip donut. This is way better than the Quick Trip donut. So I was really impressed. I was like, wow, I didn't realize Casey's was kicking Quick Trip's butt. Excuse me. I think Buc-ee's are your top tier gas station. Buc-ee's. Do you mean Bussies? I think Bussies is your top tier gas station. Taihua says, shipping 2 bags, 5 slabs. Mr. Taihua, how are you today? Thank you so much, man. Let me get that shipping ready for you. I want some of that Bussies. I went to a Bussies for the first time. Was it this year or last year? I can't remember. But it was like within the last 1 year, I went to a Bussies. And yeah, they have a lot. But is it good? Right? Like we tried their barbecue sandwich. We tried their pulled pork barbecue sandwich. And it was like super, super sweet. And kind of gave me a stomachache. I was like, what am I eating? Definitely not normal food. Well, this shipment doesn't have to go very far, Taihua. You're pretty close to me. We are. All right. Let's grab this. And we'll grab all these. I want some Bussies. Buc-ee's is really wild. Has anyone here not been to a Buc-ee's? Who hasn't been to a Buc-ee's? It's this gigantic gas station. It's really large. It's the largest gas station. And when you say something like that, when you say you've got the largest one, everyone's like, ooh, I want to see, right? It's like pee-pee size almost. I got the biggest one. Yep, prove it. All right, let's get this label. The one in Alabama was crazy. You still playing Monster Hunter or not? I have not turned on Monster Hunter for a long time. I am playing Elden Ring Night Rain. That's a From Software game. My Monster Hunter fans might remember that my YouTube channel was originally a Dark Souls channel. Yeah, I happen to like From Software a lot. Big fan. And right now, I feel that Elden Ring Night Rain is a much more fun game than Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter did not innovate enough. Monster Hunter kind of did a copy-paste, and I said, that's cool. And then I went off and I played Elden Ring. So, I need an empty box. Am I out of empty boxes? My God, there must have been a lot of shipping recently. Well, I'll just stack these on top of each other. Okay. Very nice. 4 rounds of uniform laundry is only 1 today. We have 1 here in KY too. I want to try their fudge flavors. Yeah, so Bussies is nice if you go in there and you want to buy candy, and you want to buy cookies, and you want to buy fudge, and you want to buy way too sweet of pulled pork and mediocre ham sandwich. But if you want like a meal, you know, like steak and potatoes or like turkey and mashed potatoes or so, I don't know. If you want real food, look somewhere else. You know, because I feel like that's the problem with Buc-ee's. They need it to broaden their horizons. What I'm trying to say is Buc-ee's badly needs chicken tendies, which they might have at some Buc-ee's, but they don't have it at mine. Look at that Finn the Human card. All right. How much are the Topps packs? Oh, they're sold out. I forgot about this. It is sold out. Do not buy any of them. It's not on the menu, is it? English, vintage. Okay, there's no price. The reason there's no price is because they're sold out. But I might get some more. Actually, let me look it up for you right now. Okay, I'm going to look it up. If we can get more, we're going to get it on the menu right now. Okay, I'm going to check. Topps Pokemon Booster Box. I'm going to check for you, okay? Should be getting a small return from CGC soon and a big return from PSA. That might be happening this week. All right, so I'm having a careful look, all right? The one I want is very expensive. Let me do some math. Probably because people watched this channel and learned from it, and now they want the same thing I want. Okay, so it looks like if I were to purchase the box I want and sell it to you, I would need to sell it at $160 per pack, Wow. You know, that price makes way more sense than like $80 to $90 for like a card that's coming out that's like basically flawless. Like each of those booster packs you were opening, you're basically immediately breaking even between the commons and the holo. Even if the holo, you know, let's say the holo graded 9, if 2 of the commons graded 10, you basically have paid for the pack. And so that price didn't ever make any sense. It was too cheap. But I just, you know, I was still making money, so I was like, just let it sell through. All right, let's see what's next. We have a Victor Cardenas. What's up, man? All right, cool, man. Let's see. He is sending $90 and once Final Fantasy Gunslinger box. Victor, you shouldn't have. Let me go grab that. Victor Cardenas. All right. That's so strange. Receiving a domestic order through Weiss. All right. I gotta get some of these slabs moved up away. They're clogging up the thing over there. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh. I just bought a Destined Rivals booster bundle. Hopefully they reprint Destined Rivals. I think they probably will. That's only 45 bucks. That's a good deal. Tammy, tell them about it. Yeah, that's a good deal. What's happening off work and chilling on my side? Hey, how's it going, Miss Sarah? How are you today? All right. So tomorrow's Monday. Got to do the Monday dance. That's a weird looking Schwartz card. Ugh. Monday sucks. All right. Here's your Vincent card. Okay, Final Fantasy Gunslinger. Just making sure I did that right. 3 packs for $24.99 locally for rival packs. Not bad. Back in my day, you could open up Pokemon booster packs for $4 at retail stores. So, not too long ago, maybe about 5 years ago, Destined Rivals would have cost you about $4 at Walmart, and that's all you would have paid. All right. Now it's exciting if you get 3 packs for $25. Hey, guys, I got 3 packs for $25. Not bad, huh? Oh, no, dude. What happened? We are. No monies, go to bank. Nice, girly, enjoy. I'm trying to pass out. Alex has all the money. Working double. You're working double? We are. I'll take 2 doubles. We are. So one of the things that I did when I went to, let's talk a little bit about that convention now. So one of the best things at the convention is, have you ever watched Pawn Stars? We are. I'm Rick Harrison, and this is my pawn shop. And this is Pawn Stars, or whatever he says. Chumley, he was totally there. He was a vendor. Chumley was one of the vendors. And I got to walk up to him and talk a little bit, just briefly. He's exactly how he sounds. He is super, 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 super chill. Like, I'm pretty sure I could have told him I, like, shot a guy, and he'd be like, oh, cool. So he's very chill. He's very laid back. I didn't introduce myself as a YouTuber. I just said hi to him and told him, you know, I really like the show, and I like that he's into the cards and all that. So we didn't talk about anything too crazy. But it was like surreal, because I've watched all the Pawn Stars. I really like that show. It's very entertaining. If you've never watched Pawn Stars, go give it a watch. And I know he's been doing his own rip and ships. I know he's been selling Pokemon cards for a little while now. And that was one of the things he did say, actually. He was talking about how he's been doing it for a little while. And, you know, it's so weird. I almost feel like he has to say that, because I think he, like, gets in trouble with people online when he sells cards. Because being a rip and shipper is almost like a dirty title. It's almost like if you tell people you're a rip and shipper, they're like, oh, so you're a scammer then. So, you know, I think I've watched him on TikTok before, and he gets some, like, you know, it's the internet. He gets some hateful messages. I hate to see that, by the way, but he gets some hateful messages. And I've heard him say that before, while he was alive. I've heard him talk about how long he's been selling Pokemon cards. And it's interesting to have to hear him defend himself, because I was like, that is so relatable, you know, to just sort of justify your existence and what you're doing. Here's Azima. Ooh. But it was kind of interesting. His booth was basically empty. Looks like he sold everything. And, you know, to me, he's kind of like a TV celebrity a little bit. Like, I don't know what he got paid to be on Pawn Stars. He must have made some money. But he's over here cutting this $30 deal with the guy. This guy and him were like discussing the finer details of a $30 card deal. I was like, $30 card deal. It was really fascinating. But yeah, there was not a long line to have to go. There were a lot of people coming and going from his booth. So a lot of people came and went, and they were buying stuff and selling him stuff. But you're able to kind of get up there and wait your turn pretty quickly to have a conversation with them. And I took a little picture with them. It was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. That was probably my favorite part of the trip. Just because I guess when it comes to the internet, when it comes to TV, I really don't enjoy a lot of actors or anything. There's not like a long list of people I'd like to meet from the television. But you know what? Chumley's got to be on that list. He's so chill. He's got a remarkably chill personality. I don't know how he does it. Everyone else likes to judge and be a little crass sometimes. Very laid back guy. Mr. was starstruck. Yeah, I was starstruck. We are. The most fake reality TV, not as good without the old man. Well, I hear it's somewhat scripted. Like they have a rough idea of what's going to happen, but it's not 100% scripted. And so I would agree with that assessment. When you, like, how can they get all these guys in there and the interactions between them is perfectly scripted, like they're reading an actual script? You really think that's true? I don't think it's true. Because if you watch it, it's too fluid. It's too natural. The back and forth is too natural. And the people sometimes actually seem shocked by the offer. They're like, whoa, that's a terrible offer. They always get a terrible offer on Pawn Stars. Well, I got to make some money. You know, it's got to make economic sense for me, right? So I think it's scripted in the sense that they go up, Rick or whoever already knows what they're going to say about the item because they've got a little script on what the item is, because they have to like entertain you, right? They have to explain to the viewer what you're looking at. It's like a circus, right? And they're explaining, hey, this is the thing that does the thing. So it's very educational that way. And if they didn't do that explaining, the show would be shorter. And then there's a negotiation, and we don't know how scripted that part is. Is it just me, or did you just get one full art? Did he only get one full art? What? Did I miss the other one? You only got one full art? Wait. What's there? Wait a second. I can't breathe. Hold on. There should be more than one. Fang's not bad, but Fang's not lightning. Oh my gosh. Is it possible to only have one full art in a box? Well, I'm going through these. In case one kind of slipped by me. I'll grab the bulk again, too. No, Pawn Stars is very enjoyable. I watched, I think, just about all of it. It's one of those shows you can turn on and leave running in the background. You might have just gotten one. All right, let's see. Ugh. All right. Shouldn't have missed anything, but in the chance that we could have, let's do our due diligence. Make sure it's all looked at. Maybe it's possible to just get one holo. One full art. Can I get the legend cards? You want me to go back through and pull all L's out? Oh my god, this is going to take like 10 minutes, guys. Noctis, he's kind of cool. Here's Sylvester, Freya, Ninja, Garnet, Aerith. She's kind of a hottie. Dark Finna. I'll fit a bust! Musician. Oh, Cloud's actually kind of decent. He's a common, not a legendary. Yeah, he might be worth $1 or $2. Oh my god, there's too many of them, though. Noctis. You might have just gotten one full art, man. I don't know what to say. That sucks. I'm actually not seeing a lot of legendaries either. There's another Cloud, though. There's supposed to be 2 per box. Maybe that's not guaranteed. And this is a brand new box style, by the way. Maybe it's not guaranteed. He only got 1 for sure. Dark Finna. You got to have the Dark Finna. So you can be out for the bust. Oh, I like the Cactuar Conductor, too. He's cute. Are there no legendaries in here? Or am I just not seeing them with my eyeballs? Or did I pull them out for you already? I saw that I took 1 or 2 non-hollow cards out for you already. I don't remember why I did that. My brain's a curious thing. Let's see. That sucks, dude. You might have actually just gotten hosed down by the computer that fills the boxes. Here's Snow. Here's Onion Knight. You might want to keep that one. Don't worry, bro. I got you covered. She's basically low punny, right? That music ended. Look at that. I think I might have already grabbed the legendaries for you. I don't remember doing it, but my brain... Oh, look at that. Maybe my brain's gotten really good at this. I don't know. I saw a couple non-hollows go by, but I don't remember what they were. That was the Earthbound soundtrack, huh? It's only 1 hour long. I'll start it over again. So 1 hour is up. Crazy how you got jumped into a Serenos gang. Who did? What are you guys talking about? I want to meet Shia LaBeouf. All right. We were talking about how I got to meet Chum Lee from Pawn Stars at the Kansas City Collecto-o-con convention. I got to shake his hand. I got to talk a little bit. I had a little picture with him. It was very cool. I was very pleased. There we go. All right. I apologize for that, Mr. Victor. But it does look like it's just going to be the one. So did you need a fresh bag? Let's see. So the other thing I was doing, I was going around. I was looking for other maybe like, you know, I was hoping that one of the tables, one of the vendors would be like somebody like a YouTuber. Because it would have been cool to meet maybe a YouTuber who does like breaks or something. But I did not find them. Nope. In fact, I didn't recognize like almost any of the vendors. There was only one that I recognized, and it was Collector's Cash. And of course, Collector's Cash is going to be there because they're actually located in Kansas City. There we go. They are in Kansas City. Collector's Cash, a very kind of famous card shop for Pokemon card collecting, for hardcore, vintage kind of stuff. I've gotten a couple of my boxes from them where we worked out a deal over email. New bag. Pawn Star Struck. He's a G. All right. Thank you so much, Victor, for the order tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Andrew Martin says, 1S beyond spot. You got it, Andrew Martin. Andrew Martin. Oops. There we go. Okay. Very nice. There was a change. I felt there was a change in the convention from the last time I was there. I was last there 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I remember shopping the booths, and there were so many booths. But I remember shopping the booths and thinking, wow, these cards suck. Did you drive the whole trip or take turns? Oh, I drove the whole trip. It's not that long of a trip. Karis and I could go to Kansas City if we wanted to, pretty much any day of the week. It's just, it would be about a 2-hour drive, which is a little bit of a drive, you know what I mean? Actually, I think it's slightly over 2 hours. Might be like 2.5 hours. Springfield's 2 hours. No. Springfield's an hour and a half. Branson's 2 hours. I can't remember. All right, so now we have an order. Lucas Lange, 3 Poke Shuffles, 1 Raw Shuffle. You got it, man. Legit a bigger G than most rappers in the game. What? Go. Let's see. All right. Grab this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Bazoinks. So that's a raw shuffle. It just contains ungraded cards. Ah, you got a cold pack with holographic cards in it. How nice. Congratulations, you've got a cold bear tick round. All right. But so the vendor booths, they had changed. They had cards this time. They had lots and lots of cards. All of them did. Mostly all of them. I was really impressed. Lots of valuable slabs there. But also, you know what that told me? Lots of valuable slabs that no one can afford. And so you saw like all these sword and shield alt-arts were there. They were all over the place. But you know what? Nobody was buying them. That or they had a bunch of them. Actually, that was part of the impression. Look at that. You pulled 2 live customs. That's Lucas Lodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one of my impressions was that vendors may be spending more money acquiring better product because they're more confident in the hobby at this point. Because again, when I went there 2 years ago, nobody had anything. I was like, wow, my cards are better for sale at home. People get better cards for sale. Oh, 2 cold ones. That sucks, man. All right, I thought you were onto something there, Mr. Lucas. Sorry, man. He did that just because of a character who's playing in a movie. Talk about taking job too serious. Read up, Mr. Shia LaBeouf got jumped into the Harpies 13 gang in South Central LA. So, that's for Lucas Lange. Not to be confused with Louis Laura or Luke Laurie. Lucas Lange is a different person. The Tax Collector. Yeah, one of my top 5 movies. Ta-da! Lots and lots and lots of super high-end slabs just sitting in metal buckets. Metal glass displays. Isaac Thomas is here. He says, to Minecraft base, to Minecraft hobby. Oh, the hobby packs. I don't feel like we opened that in a while. So let's see if we can find them. These are always kind of hard to find. Give me a minute. Ah, here is the base, because we recently opened these together, didn't we? So the hobby packs, I feel like nobody's ordered those in a while. Where would those be hiding? Minecraft hobby. Ah, here they are. Okay. You have a chance to pull a special card out of here. Excuse me. Called the Chicken Jockey. Which at the time was kind of going crazy because of that Jack Black movie. So we were selling a lot of these because people wanted to pull a numbered Chicken Jockey out of here. We also have a special roll in Discord if you can pull that Chicken Jockey. Did you really go to a Collecto-o-con? Yeah. We are. We bought the 2-day pass, but we didn't go the second day. We just said, I'm tired, let's go home. We are. All right. Oops. What do you do if one of your packages gets lost? I ordered something on eBay from someone and tracking hasn't moved since forever. Last I said, it was in transit. Well, if a package is in transit, you can't officially claim, you can't give up on it too early. Okay? Because packages get shipped in the wrong direction sometimes. Like, let's say you're living in Hawaii, and because of a stupid sorting mistake, your package gets sent to New York. Well, you're going to wait like 2 weeks for it to get figured out and sent back to you now. So you can't give up on it quite immediately because, you know, the shipping companies, they move millions of packages per day, and stuff like that just happens. They make mistakes. The shipping company does. So you can't jump the seller too fast. But after an appropriate amount of time, you would probably report that to eBay that the item's still not there. And eventually, eBay might step in and say, you know what? It's been a month. The item still hasn't arrived. And now you're going to have to, you know, have the item returned and give the seller back his money. But so, yeah, that's something to escalate with, eBay when the time is right. But it's too early. If it hasn't been that long, it's too early. Ooh, glow-in-the-dark ghast. Cool, man. We are. Hey, it's Mr. Major Pain. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Sven? Look at that. Were you vending at the Collecto-o-con? No, I was not. I was just shopping. It would be cool to vend, though. It would be cool to have a vending shop. There we go. That'd be super neat. Okay. Is, as a seller, what do you do if a slab you ship out to a customer that bought it gets lost? It is. Okay, hold on. Let me close this. As a seller, what do you do if a slab you ship out to a customer, that body gets lost? Are you talking about in the mail? We are. Well, if the USPS reports that the package was lost, well, then we work to make sure that you're taken care of in some way. Maybe we get an exact replacement. Maybe we get a substitute. Maybe we get store credit. So if USPS genuinely loses a package, we don't want you to be unhappy, so we take care of you. But that's extremely, extremely rare. I mean, it's like super rare. Almost never, ever, ever happens. Like I might ship a whole year and it doesn't happen one time. That's how rare that is. All right, let's see. Alex. Ooh. Ho-ho, the Arctic Wolf. Ooh. Know if you're an eBay seller. Oh, are you worried that the customer's lying? Or do you mean like you ship it to them and it... Like, what do you mean? You'd probably sell out in an hour if you set up a booth at a card show. I don't know about that. But, yeah, I don't know about that, man. Because I watched people coming and going to those vendor booths, and they looked, and then they just walked right on by. They did not purchase anything. There were cards being bought and sold. You could see it happening, but it wasn't like a frenzy. You know, it wasn't like, give me everything you got. I'll take all your cards. It was just like, you know, somebody might come by and ask for like one card. Actually, the vendors looked somewhat bored. They looked tired and bored. Like they'd been sitting there all day, and like, you know, like they know if you wanted a card, you would tell them, you know? They're like looking at their phones. What do we got? They're not over there going 25 cents lemonade. You know what I mean? They're just kind of sitting there in their little stools that can't support their fat bottoms, staring at their phones, some of them. I sold a slab to someone. I shipped it out and it's taking forever to get to its destination. I'm scared. Uh-oh. That's not good. Yeah, I don't know. You might be out of the money. Am I out of my money in slab now? You could be. You could be. It is Strader, Zombie Villager. What's up, Sand? So you did not get a numbered card in your hobby packs, but that could mean that you swept away for the next pack or the pack after that to have a number on it. You're trying to pull numbered cards out of here. These hobby packs have numbered cards. They're very nice. All right, that was for our friend Isaac Thomas. Thank you, Isaac. Isaac pulling that nice Ghast and the Arctic Fox for the glow-in-the-darks. Those are good. Good pulls. If it's 200, it's authenticity guarantee. As long as it makes it to eBay PSA, they'll refund the buyer and you keep the money if it's lost in the mail after that. With a collection like yours, I assume it must be hard to impress you. That's not true. I still get impressed. We are. It's probably changed me, though, you know. So you're right to a certain degree. I've seen the comments sometimes when I don't get, like, excited enough over a pull. And it's like, well, yeah, because we pulled, like, you know, Fossil Dragonite or something like that, like a couple months ago. And it's like, that was exciting. And so when you come in and you're just opening up some goofy modern packs, it's still cool when you pull, like, the chase card. But it has to be the chase card. I'm not going to get excited for, like, you know, card number 7 on the top 10 card list of the latest modern set. It's just not enough dopamine or something. It's not like, it's not shocking enough is the right word. It is dopamine, but it is not shocking. And so I love it when something shocking does happen, though. The joy is still there for when something shocking does happen. Like we were opening up a fossil pack the other day in a fossil break, and we pulled Dark Raichu. That was amazing. I loved it. But that doesn't happen very often. So you don't see me do that very often. You don't see me go like crazy very often. It happened to me in the past. I just had to eat it. Sometimes it just really gets stuck. Kick back. It's going to California. Here we are. It's been stolen. Okay. eBay will always make sure to make the customer right. I would reach out to USPS. There we go. How long has it been out? How old is the shipping? Because sometimes shipping just takes a while. Like I said, like give it some actual time. If the shipment didn't update to say there was a problem, then it's not over yet. But you might want to contact them and make sure that they can check on the whereabouts of it. All right. Somebody already broke in and stole it. Isaac Thomas. There we go. Man, I was looking up how many people lived in the Dallas-Fort Worth area And it said, and I think I've said this before, 8.1 million people. And I was actually comparing that to California. It's crazy to know that Dallas-Fort Worth actually has more people in it than some of the Californian cities. But you know, I was like, how does that work? Because that's one of the places Kirsten and I were thinking about moving was Dallas-Fort Worth. And I was like, how does that like work? How does that feel to have so many freaking people living in one area? I found out it works because it's over such a vast amount of land. It's humongous, the land that they're on. So there's plenty of land, and the population density is actually quite low in comparison to a place like, let's say, New York City. So New York City, it's going to be like 29,000 per square mile or whatever it is. And whereas in Dallas, it's like 3.8 thousand. So it's like 1/10 the population density. So it's very interesting. It's this gigantic suburban sprawl. All right, let's see what's next. I was reading about that. Mr. is about to be my neighbor, says Don Corleone. Look at what they did to my boy. Sven Jansen says 2 live custom boosties, 4 pokey shuffles. Ah, very astute. All right. Excuse me. All right, let's see. Dallas downtown is a nightmare to drive through. Yeah, it must be with so many people. 1, 2 cold ones. That's 2 cold ones. All right. You should move to Boise, Idaho. It's a great city. I can get you a discount in a nice hotel if you want to visit. Yeah. I hear Boise, Idaho's doing pretty good. Yeah, I've heard about that. It's like a, how would you describe like its location? It's not the Midwest, is it? Is it considered a West Coast state? A mountain state, maybe? It's got a little bit of the mountains, right? A little bit of the Rocky Mountains or something? Yeah, I don't know. Let me go ahead and grab these pokey shuffles. Yeah, I've heard good things about Boise, Idaho. Only thing I have to say is it doesn't have the no taxes benefit that some states have. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. Zip. Okay. Zigzagoon. Oh, Sandshrew 9. Okay, lovely. Oh, number 27. Rainbow Sandshrew 9. Cool. That's a good one. That one was $60. It's considered a high desert, but it's pretty wet for a desert. There are mountains if you want to drive for a few. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I shopped for the homes in Boise, Idaho for a little while. And I was trying to decide why the homes in that area would go up faster than the homes in another desirable area in another state. I mean, there's just so many places you can move to in the United States, like Montana. Montana actually has some mountains, and they're gorgeous. You can move pretty close to Glacier National Park. There's like a whole city out there, and you can buy a pretty reasonably priced home. However, Montana is a bit colder than the other states, so that's one of the downsides. They have a long winter. You want other mountains? You can go to Wenatchee, Washington. Wenatchee, Washington has mountains. They got Leavenworth. If you drive to the left of Wenatchee, they have Kashmir. And that area is a little bit warmer, and it's a no-tax state. So it's not as cold as Montana, but, still a bit cold. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. There's just all these different places that could go up in price. Dallas, Texas is apparently a top choice by AI. All the AIs seem to think Dallas-Fort Worth is good, mostly because it's attracting so much talent and so many businesses. Then there's the Tri-Cities in Tennessee. I like that one. A little bit out of the way, kind of like what we're doing right now, except they have a better airport than Lake of the Ozarks, and they still have a lake where you can buy a lake house with a dock. So that one's kind of neat. Actually, I was learning if you shop really hard in Fort Worth, Dallas, they actually have dock houses too. So they have some lakes spread out across the area. And I thought it was the case that none of them were allowed to have dock houses. That's not true. But you have to pay like $1.5 million to get one. So I don't know. That's a lot. It's a lot of money. I don't know if I have enough. I don't think I'm that wealthy. If I sell a lot of my Pokemon cards, I might be able to get a down payment on that. And then I have to pay taxes on a $1.5 million home in Texas, which is horrible. Because Texas has the highest property taxes in the country. So when a state like Texas says, oh, well, we're no taxes, no tax state, they're lying to you. You're going to pay plenty of taxes when you pay your home taxes. So you buy a big $1.5 million home, not only are you tied down, not only are you signed up to pay down $1.5 million of real estate, but now you're paying that taxes forever on $1.5 million. So, yeah, too many difficult choices. I don't know. So this is Lucas Launch. You're next, Mr. Lucas. I grew up right by Wenatchee. Wenatchee's cool, man. Wenatchee is cool. There we go. Here's this. Haha. We like Leavenworth. We like Kashmir. It's a cool area. Sven Jansen, 2 more live. Wow, you're fast with that, huh? Let me make sure that there's no one else in these other queues that might have placed a competing purchase. Okay, nope, you're next. So it's 2 more live custom boosties. Mr. Sven, I heard Trump's trying to get rid of property taxes. Trump is? Is he really? Oh my God, that would change the equation in Texas entirely. I know Florida mayor wants to do that. Trump wants to get rid of property taxes. That's right, because if you have to pay taxes on it, is it really yours? Trump floats eliminating capital gains tax on home sales. Homeowners in these states are the winners if Trump ends capital gains taxes. Trump's big beautiful bill locks in key tax breaks for homeowners. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's actually. It doesn't sound like it does not sound like it's happening. We got 1 and a 2. Ho ho! There you go. All right. What's this? Ghastly. Oh, Ghastly. Oh, that's coming out of the live custies. What do we got for you tonight? Oh, that's a good one. $175. Carddass Ghastly PSA 10. Now that is a vintage card. Look at that, everybody. Pop 34. Yes. Check that out. Really nice. This is printed by Bandai Namco in 1997. It's one of those niche vintage cards. But it's a really solid card because, you know, Ghastly's good. He's kind of like Charmander. Okay. You know, Charmander's popular because Charizard's popular. Ghastly's popular because Gengar's popular. Okay. Pretty neat. And now we have no orders in the queue. We got an empty queue. If you like a fast order, you can place an order now. Try out our blah, blah, blah. What do we have? What's the thing right now? I'm pretty sure the thing right now is 151 Surprise. This is a cheap and affordable $200 case break. You'll want to buy a whole box for $200. Mike's in here. I'm in there. We're going to try and pull out Gengar Pikachu. Okay, so everybody's getting a box, including me. And when the list is filled, all 20 boxes are sold. We're then going to open them all up and see who did good. And hopefully it's a case that has a Gengar in it. We don't know if it'll have a Gengar, but we're hoping for it, okay? I've got just 2 cases of that. Surprise 151. That's because it's really expensive, but that might be the real price. That might be the real demand for it. It's just a gamble. We don't know. But I wasn't buying it at first because I felt like it was overpriced. And it's like, it may never come back down. I just don't know. It's up to how much they printed, and it's up to how much people who actually have it really want to sell it if they believe it's not going to do well. Blu-ray and PS3 is the most recent tech I use. There we go. Hello Kitty chillin' and looking sweet for 45 bucks. She's looking very sweet, sweet and affordable. Pristine 10 Hello Kitty 45 bucks. That is a Primals. You gotta buy that because Liver King would buy that one. Top quality. Ancestral Tenants. All right, let's see. Raichu. I'm going to buy a box on Friday. Oh, well, there you go, guys. Sounds good, man. Let's see. You probably have a little while to buy a box in there because we're not going to start until all of those are sold, and that could take a little while. Let's see. Raichu 9. Oh, no, not Raichu 10. Raichu 9. These Raichus were everywhere because he was a guaranteed promo out of a Shining Legends box. So he is not super rare, even if he is kind of old. Looks like the cheapest one, 8 and 9, is $24. Okay, 24 it is. That Geodude's so much more expensive now. His price went up. He was available for sale, but nobody bought him. So now his price is higher because a little time passed by. Okay, what we got? We got Machop for 20. Nice. Let's just put him in the Poke Shuffle. So here's what we'll do with it. Well, we also could give them away. Do we have a giveaway? Oh, we do have a giveaway. We're handing out this square cut card. Okay, let's work on, let's set this here, and then let's work on the giveaway right now. So let me hit refresh. Blurry Yamam. What? All right, keyword TCC. All right. We have an order from David Velez. 1 Waifu Shuffle. You got it. So Waifu Shuffles have picked up some attention lately because people have seen others buying it and see what can get pulled out of it. There's some really expensive cards in there. 1, 2, 3. Ready? Shaboom. Big-breasted waifu. Here she is. All right, that's a cold one, Mr. David Velez. I think I have a sip of my drink. I was showing these off at the beginning of the stream. Do you guys like my staff cards? I got Tyranitar staff. It says staff down there. And then I got 2 of these Lugia Vivid Voltage staff cards because I was like, well, he's Lugia. And then we got a couple tag graded ones. We got a little Ethan's Typhlosion. And I got 2 of these Tyranitars. So messing with the staff cards, which I never really messed with in the past. But a couple of them look nice enough to mess with. Not all of them. Everybody in chat, hit the like button. Oh, that'd be nice. You guys liking the horizontal stream tonight? Let me ask you guys a question. Would you have liked a vertical stream tonight if you knew it was going to give us more subscribers and more total viewers, more exposure? Or would you have still preferred the horizontal one? Because Sunday could be a horizontal stream, you know that. There we go. Because on the weekend there's no daytime stream. And so I just default to horizontal, but it could be a vertical. It could be like horizontal on Saturday, vertical on Sunday, like that. And so each day of the weekend gets one type. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mr. Check Discord general chat. Maybe answer that big long question during stream. Did you guys say something? What are you talking about? Let's see. Oh, Crumbs has a question. Hey, big fan of the channel. I'm pretty new to Pokemon. Let's see. I'm leaning toward picking up a full set of 1996 Carddass Red-Green, a full set of 1997 Carddass, including the 2 Ito Yokata secret cards. The plan is to hold them for 15 years as a college fund. It's an investment, honey. An investment. I don't know if I would do it as a college fund. I would do it just because you want to collect Pokemon cards and you're hoping that they go up. But a college fund is a more conservative thing, in my opinion. So, like, you know, you could get lucky and the cards could go from today, you know, August 2025, from here on out. It could keep going up to the moon, or it could plateau for a very long time. It's a highly speculative thing. And I'm not selling my collection. I'm still holding myself. But I'm just saying, if you're trying to set up your son's college fund, I would just put it in the stocks probably, because it's a more conservative, more liquid asset. And then, you know, you can sell that when you need the cash. So it's more liquid asset. But, you know, you can do whatever you want because it's kind of a gamble, but so is the stock market. But the stock market's not as big of a gamble, I feel, but the returns are not as good either. So when you gamble hard, that's when you get bigger returns, but it's also when you lose. But you're asking about whether I think that the 2 sets are good. I obviously think they're good. That's why I have them in my inventory. But I don't think that they've seen the same price appreciation as, like, for example, alternative art modern cards have done better. So, you know, it's just, and that can change too. Like, a card can do bad for year after year after year, and then one day it just gets really expensive. Maybe some rich Saudi prince decides he wants to buy a bunch of them. So, you know, it's not something that you can easily predict. One trick for me is I actually just enjoy the Carddass cards because I like that they look very different from what I ever collected as a kid, and they're kind of like a new thing for me. And so I call it this thing like new vintage, basically. It's like this, oops, I should say MS65. It's like this thing I never experienced, and I'm experiencing it for the first time, and yet it is vintage. So, you know, It's just up to you to enjoy it. But, you know, if you're not 100% confident in it, why don't you just buy 1 or 2 cards from those sets? You don't have to buy the whole thing. It's really expensive. But if you're more like a gambler type, if you're like really sure that that's the set that's going to go up the most, then yeah, you would just buy that set. Because you're saying, okay, out of all the Pokemon card products, this is the one that's going to go way up. You know what I mean? So, but that's a bit of a gamble. You could just buy a case of Destined Rivals. That set's doing pretty good. Destined Rivals. You could buy a case of Prismatic. That set might do well over time. I mean, Evolving Skies did well. Why wouldn't Prismatic do well? And there's arguments as to why it might not do well. But, you know, or you could wait for the next Pokemon set to come out. Maybe it's the one after, the one with the Charizard in it. Mega Charizard's coming out. So, you know what I'm saying? So you could you could sprinkle that money out amongst many different Pokemon products just to see which one hopefully does the best. And since you spread a little bit here and there, you at least snagged some of the best ones. You probably snagged some of the worst ones too, you know, because the overall performance, one's going to be best, one's going to be worst. And it comes out to an average return. That's exactly what people do in the stock market too. It's called a ETF. You know, they get a little slice of every company into this ETF, and then you invest into that portfolio, which is all those slices put together. But yeah, I mean, if you're placing a bet on the Pokemon market, there's just no easy way to know. There really isn't. And to tell you the truth, the ones that tend to do well are the ones that were not super well predicted. We are. Let's see. Like, for example, the Sword and Shield era alt arts did extremely well. And you'd think, well, yeah, obviously, look how good they look. That was not so obvious right after it came out. That was not so obvious that those were going to do well. Because me and everyone else was saying, these are way overprinted. Remember that? Everyone was saying it. I wasn't the only one. Everyone was saying that Sword and Shield, junk era, junk wax packs, there's a million of them. Oh my God, look, there's 14,000 PSA 10 Umbreon, stay far away. I mean, how can you compare that to like, you know, a WOTC era Dark Charizard that only got like a population of 400 or something, you know? 400 versus 14,000. So everyone was waiting for the price and the value of the Sword and Shield alt arts to collapse. And everyone was wrong. And so those ended up being a huge flip for anyone who was buying those when everyone thought they were going to crash. That ended up being a huge flip. Went from like $800 to $900 on the Umbreon VMAX to now like $3,000. But where does it go from here on out? What's the next unexpected thing? I don't know. I don't know. If anyone knew, they would just run out and buy that. So it's trickier than it looks to have a big flip in Pokemon. You got to place weird bets. Sometimes you got to go against the grain, and but it's got to have like good supporting ideas behind why it might end up being profitable in the end. Are Chinese cards worth investing in? Yeah, so if I made a video today and I thought about doing that, that would be one of the conversations is foreign language cards. If you're going to talk about Chinese, you might as well talk about Korean, Thai language, Indonesian, French, German, Spanish. Yeah, like, should you ever buy those? And the answer is definitely, right? It just depends on what the ratio is of the price. Ooh, you got to take Gita. All right, Gita it is. I'm going to Gita you this card. I'm going to Gita it out of the box. Gita's a good name. I like Gita. It's sexy. It's not sexy. It's like a nice name in a certain way because it sounds like Brigitte, right? You guys ever heard that name, Brigitte? That's a, actually, I don't know if it's related to that. Maybe it just happens to be similar. But Brigitte, which is like a German name. Brigitte. I knew a sexy girl named Brigitte. I can't wait for Pokemon Labubu collab. Kingdra promo in a 10 worth as much as a Paldea Evolved booster box. Yeah? Need Diamond and Pearl PSA 10 to stop mooning. Yeah, well, you know, again, maybe those are overpriced. We don't know. Maybe those are overpriced. Here you go. The Gita is worth $50 as a 10. So, wow, that's pretty off-center, isn't it? No, it's not that off-centered, is it? It's borderline. It's a borderline card. I used to work in Hotel Isaac. So do you complete Pokemon binder sets or do you collect cards you like? A long time ago, I used to think that it was very important to collect complete sets. I have since then decided that that's very stupid and I don't do that at all. Now I just collect exactly what I want and I don't care about the ones that I don't want. And I never collected binder sets. I only collected slabs. No ungraded cards for me, only graded ones. And there's probably some guy out there who will tell you that that's very stupid. You should collect binder sets. I do not collect binder sets. Here's Joshua Whipple. Ship me out again. You got it, Mr. Josh. Let's get you some shipping. Joshua Valenta. Joshua Whipple. From the very start, what got me back into Pokemon in a serious way was graded cards. I was extremely impressed by this, and I said, you know what? I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I opened up my wallet, and I spent it all on Pokemon cards. Today, I'm very happy with that decision. One of the best decisions I've made. Now, that was back in 2019, though, so we don't know what it does today. Maybe it's overpriced now. Maybe it's overvalued. Maybe you stop. Maybe this is still just the beginning. Maybe they're actually still incredibly cheap. Joshua Whipple. I tend to think that they're still really cheap. That's the way I'm still looking at it. They're not 2023, 2024 cheap. Now, that was a great time period. If only we understood how good of a time period that was, we would have bought more. I would have bought more. I didn't realize Pokemon was going to explode so hard and so fast. That's what she said. But I still had my basic philosophy that that was going to happen. And I don't think it's done mooning because, you know, what happens next is the price of the 9s and the 8s and the 7s and the 6s go up. You know, everything that's sub 10 is going to go up. And I always thought that's what the hobby should look like. The hobby should look like some extremely rich guys, the people at the top of society, basketball players or something, right? Somebody who just got tons of money. They're going to buy up all the 10s because they can actually just afford whatever the F they want. And then normal people who make $70,000 a year or less, they're not going to own 10s. They're going to own 9s, 8s, 7s, 6s, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s. So that's the way I saw it in my mind. When I was imagining it, I was like, what will this look like down the road? And I said, it's going to be some fat-ass rich millennials who did something, and they're going to be like multimillionaires, and they're going to own all the 10s because they bought them before anyone really knew what was going on, you know, before anyone acknowledged that the PSA 10 Pokemon cards could be worth $100,000 or more. It's going to be a bunch of rich, fat millennials going to buy up all those 10s, and then normal people are going to collect 1s to 9s. We are all right. Ugh. I saw some sports card broke most expensive card ever sold earlier this week. Nice. I did 2 security for Grand Mercy Park Hotel. Nice. It was either lock in the career or move on. Let's see. As a complete Paldean-involved master set, I collect slabs of my favorites in the set. I've worked in hotels for 11 years now. Teach us some things about hotel work. What do you think about hotels? Share like an interesting story with us. We love stories. Okay, Josh, I think I made too expensive of a label for you. All right, we have an empty queue. If you guys want to open up any cards on this slow Sunday night. Sunday nights are traditionally pretty slow. Sunday nights, we do not get the busiest orders on a Sunday night. It just always is this way, isn't it? Let's rotate. Look at this cleaver, man. Wow, that is nice. That has to go in the Poke Shuffle. It looks so nice. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After my order, sign off and smoke and watch training day and pass out. That's such a good card. Every room is a smoking room if you're willing to pay the cleaning fees. Ugh. What? All right. We'd love to hear some of your most interesting stories after being in the hotel business for 11 years. Let's see. So this is going to say number 071, Cleavor. 10. There we go. Training day is great. Okay. Maybe one of you guys has an interesting story about your particular field of interest. Does anyone here have an interesting story they want to share about working in their field? I probably got some stories. I definitely have some stories. I have a bunch of CGC 9.5. Should I crack them and send them to PSA? Don't crack them too fast, because remember, you can force them to upgrade into 10s, right? Like if you were to crack those and send them off to CGC after being cracked, those might not turn into CGC 10s. But what you have currently, if you've got like the The old 9 point, like blue label 9.5s. Do not crack those. I would just upgrade them. Pay the fee, get them upgraded. And, you know, if they look really, really good, maybe then you could crack it and send a PSA if you want to, okay? But only on the ones that look really, really, really good. Let's see what you guys are saying. Can you show the breaks? Team Rocket Grunt, time to show the breaks. So you guys ready? Here goes. The Mega Break. He's getting pretty full on sublist number 2, I believe. Here it is. Sublist number 2, you took 3 spots in there. And then there's 3 more spots taken. And so there's 4 spots left on sublist number 2. So this guy's almost 2 out of 8. Umbreon break number 2. This was so popular that a second round of it is running. So there's another shot to lose money on it. I'm afraid that's how it is sometimes, isn't it? You know. Here is a nice gym break. You know, gym breaks are only 2 people. So there's gym break 1. Here's gym break 2. And there's somebody in both of these. See how it says 1? Means someone's waiting for you guys to join. Okay, both gym breaks. Here is the beautiful Espeon, which is at is 2 now, isn't it? Yeah, this is actually at 2. This beautiful Espeon. Oh, so fanciful, so whimsical. It's a whopping 1 in 26 odds. It's terrible odds. Somebody does pull it, though. So let that sink in. We've got our 2 booster pack breaks. Ancient Origins, you get the sealed pack. You don't have to open it. 1 person pulls the whole pack sealed. There's also a star spot in there. So this is just for a sealed pack. You could have me open it. Or you can say, put that in my bag and ship it out. And then this is the actual pack split. This has to be opened. Chance for a Gengar in here. Okay, good set. That's why we picked it. We want that Gengar. If you never open it, you never have a shot. This is interesting. The Illustrator Pikachu still running. No luck on him. 1 person jumped in there. It was Andrew A. Martin. And then these have kind of moved forward. Look, 7 and 5. This guy's the star card now. He gets all the star spots. He's definitely going to finish. If you don't like him, sell him on eBay. Turn it into cash on eBay. Or send it to a consigner. Or even have me listed on the table. I can list it for you in blue ink as a consignment slab. So if you pull it and you don't want it, have me sell it. And then here's Trafalgar Law. He is a lot more popular, I think, than Marshall D. Teach, because this guy's already received like 2 or 3 spots. But this guy, people genuinely just jumping in here. 7 out of 16, 9 spots left on that one. I'd love to see the mangas wrap up, because we'll pick out new mangas right afterwards. Now, we've also got this guy, the Heartbreak Break. He's been moving real slow, but he's actually moving. He's now 5 out of 19. People are interested. He's a evolution. Hard to pull those SIRs in English, you know. And then even when you do pull them, what are the odds that they grade 10? Speaking of having a card that's hard to grade 10, Topps cards are very hard to grade 10, but this one is a signature card. Look at this. James C. Cathcart. He was not at the card convention, nor will he ever be there, because he has passed away from cancer, and it's really sad. And so now we have his signature, and I think it's a good idea to collect his signature. I really do. If a famous person from the anime passes away, go grab their signature, because there's not going to be any new ones issued. One of the things that really sunk in when I was at the card conventions, like I looked at the line for Son Goku cards to get signed. It was massive. And so every single time a Collecto-o-con goes off, some cards receive massive numbers of new signatures. Like Veronica Taylor, the voice of Ash, was there. How many new Veronica Taylor signed cards are there now? Probably lots more. Well, there's going to be no more James C. Cathcarts. That break is it's a slow one, but he'll go off. And then the Cloud, still stuck on 3. Tempted to end the Cloud. End it early. He's a cool card. Maybe not meant for this table. He might be put up on eBay. But he's at 3 out of 22, so he still has a chance to move. And if he does, we might consider just keeping him around. All right, so let's see. There you go. You've seen the breaks. What do you think of that? Were they good? Were you happy? There's also the, don't forget this, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. There is also this thing going on called the Ancient Origins break for $350 a pack, a really obscenely high price. There's a premium on this because it's a sealed box, and that's a very special thing. And yeah, I could source cheap packs. I could sell you guys cheap packs by buying cheap loose singles, and you'll never pull anything good out of them because it's weighable. So you got to do a sealed box. You got to have a host it, And that's what's going on there. And then also we have the surprise case break. Same deal here. You don't want to buy 151 surprise booster boxes and get hosed down because some guy's already pulled the chase card out of the case, and now he's selling you the rest of the case, and you don't know that the good card's already been removed. So we're doing a case break. The whole case sells, and then we open up all the packs at the same time. It'll be really fun to watch, too. Think about it. It'll probably be as cool as, well, it would be as cool as any case going off. That's a lot of breaks. I hope it, maybe you found something you want. The read chat feature is gone. Yeah, people were abusing it. It was too easy. They're like, I can force them to read chat if I place this here. So it was getting abused. You know, I would like the read chat emoji to be back on the menu, but I want only the moderators to be able to use it. Only mods should be able to use that. So that would be good. Maybe moderators and maybe like 2 or 3 more people. I'd probably let Troy have it, but that's it. But not a lot of other people, because I've learned now that people will just be like, I would like him to see what I'm saying. And then they'll just use it. And it's like, wait a second. That's not how it's supposed to work. Here we are. So that happened more than once. And I had contemplated removing it a couple days ago. Well, read it. All right, I'm hitting refresh over here. There we go. All right, slow Sunday night. Troy for mod. Let's hit refresh over here. Did you have any more of those McDonald's Pikachus? If so, can I buy one? No. No, I don't have any of those. I could turn one into a break, but the problem is the price of the raw card and the price of the graded Pikachu is significantly different. And so I would like to just go grade him. I mean, maybe if we were to immediately place orders for more of them, I'm pretty happy with the ones I got. I don't want to risk it too much. Let me take a look. Okay, let me look. Let me look. If we did like a raw break or something like that. McDonald's Pikachu. Japanese. All right, let's just see. We only want buy it now. Hate having to say that. Do, 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 do. I think this person might be selling these and that they're fake. Yeah, there's like somebody in China selling them cheap, but I don't trust it. How about somebody selling it who's from Japan? This one says damage on it. All right. Yeah, there's some more available. Scooby doo doo doo. This music's so annoying. All right, so I'll have a thought about the Pikachus. There seems to still be some that are available online. So, you know, it's possible maybe we host like a Pikachu break or something. I don't think I want to sell them one at a time. Is Scooby-Doo a good movie? The Japanese McDonald's promo. Which one, Troy? I also valeted the car she used to clip a paparazzi in Brooklyn. What? Who clipped who? You've got a clip like a Pokemon card clip? I never abused the reach out button because I can't yet, mister. Don't give a poop about my messages. That's not true. Let's see. NHCC waifu. I think you're trying to get me to read a message by doing a point up emoji. Is that what you're doing? Mister, why ain't you getting my waifu shuffles? Okay, so if you think that you're let's say you placed an order and you think it got missed, definitely just repeat the message. There it goes. So definitely just repeat the message. It can be in full caps locks if you want. You can ask a moderator to spam, But I didn't even know, like, so I see let me show you what my screen looks like from my perspective. So I'm reading it from over here, by the way. That's what it actually looks like. Looks like that. And so if I just see a line of emojis, my brain doesn't read them at all. Yeah, if I see a line of emojis, I don't read them even slightly. So that's if you want to catch my attention, don't use emojis. But so if you're asking about the, yes, we opened up 2 waifu shuffles for you. And it looks like we pulled, give me a second here. Aha, Gita. There it is. NHCC. You might have missed it. It might have happened really fast. You did? Yeah. You pulled a Gita. There you go. All right. All right. There we go. Yeah, emojis will not catch my attention because I will think that you're just playing and having fun. I won't realize that you need help with an order. So you can say something like watch this. I will show you. So you don't need the read chat emoji. Let's see. You can say, let me get into my own live stream because I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay. So watch this. You say like, help with my order. Okay. And then my eyes will catch that pretty fast. But the emojis, if I see a string of emojis, I will figure you're playing with someone else in chat. That's what I'll think. But yours is yellow. Oh, not on my screen. On my screen. Oh, you're talking about my name is yellow. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but ignore that for a second. If I see help with my order, something like that, my brain will see that much faster. It will catch that because it does like to read. All right, guys. You can also so here's another thing you can do. Again, if you don't think that'll work, watch this. So you can type it in, help with my order, and then like this. Did you open my waifu shuffles? And then what you can do is you can actually hit copy. Okay. And now you can send 1, 2, and then 3 like this. So if you send 3 like that, that is really hard for me to miss at that point. So you can do that. Like if you have a legitimate need for like, like, hey, I spent money here. I'd like to see what what did I get? You know what I mean? I want to help you more than anyone else in the chat. You got all my attention. That's how I actually feel about it. So if you wanted to know, I would hate to miss an important message about anyone's order. And you 100% get my attention for orders. So that's the rule. That's the priority in my brain. Orders, top of the priority list. But yeah, so that'll work really well. If you do something like that, that'll catch my attention 100%. Mr. Cardconomist needs help with this order. All right, you did that hella quick though. Yeah, so what I did, I can show you on my phone if it helps. Let me show you. So you just type it out, help with order. So you just type out your message, right? And then use your, I don't want to show off people's orders or anything. So you click copy there. Okay. So now you've got it copied and then you'll just send it. Boop. And then you will paste it back in. So you just paste it back in like that. And then you do that again. See? So you should be able to do something like that. That'll definitely catch my attention pretty fast. Sometimes the chat kind of all moves and there's just a, it's all like this malaise. But something like that, help with order, I'll catch that pretty fast. Emojis are interesting because a lot of people use emojis to just have fun. And so my brain thinks you're just having fun. For one Simpsons 1990s pack. You got it? Okay, let's get it. The Simpsons. Oh, what did I knock over? Oh, an ETB. Get back up there. All right, I think The Simpsons is over here. Very nice. It works, a message like that works surprisingly similarly to read chat. It's very similar. All right. Ready? Here goes. Thick booty fun. Thickathor. thick as sore. Here we go. Oh, we've got, I will not get very far with this attitude. I don't know why, but the Bart chalk boards are hilarious, man. Look at that. Okay. That's a bit of brainwashing, isn't it? When you tell your kid or your student to write a message like 100 times on the wall. Fun has a name and is Bartholomew J. Simpson. Let me go ahead and rotate this. There we go. Uh-oh. Mister, when you sent out the next tag sub, I was working on that all last night. Tag is very close. It's like a day away, maybe 2 days away. I have an announcement to make. I'm bored. I was working on that all night. That's what I was doing on my off day. So Karis goes to sleep and I stay awake. I get a nice submission ready. Don't forget your lunches. And I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you? You want to see what I'm sending? I could show you some of mine. I got a couple basic cards going out. There you go. Oh, all right. That's for you. Thank you so much, Mr. Weatherman Max. Let's go grab your bag. Okay. Is Tag better than PSA? I don't get it. Some people really like it. I think they're a good company. I don't like their price right now. I think their price is too high, but I think that they're pretty good. Their turnaround time seems to be shorter. I'm actually hoping that their turnaround time's a lot shorter as a result of them raising the price. It just doesn't make sense to grade with them anymore. Now it makes way more sense to grade with PSA. And so I'm hoping as a result of that, you're going to see a shift where PSA demand goes up and tag grading goes down slightly. And so we already got two PSA submissions in. And now I might place this tag submission, which I have to place it anyways because people ordered tag grading. And so hopefully we can get that in and see a fast turnaround on it. Look at that, guys. This is still for sale. Gold deck, Umbreon, $300. Very nice. Pristine 10. Beautiful. PSA is the standard. Iconic. Tag is the newcomer. Tag is a newcomer. They got a nice system for grading. They got a grade report that's actually pretty detailed. And they got a really crystal clear case. I like it. Looks good. The case looks very good. That's the selling point. All right, guys, it's 4 a.m. in the morning, and we are not picking up any new sales, and I suspect we might not pick up any new sales. I think tonight's just going to be a real slow night, but that's all right. I'm going to go ahead and hit choose a winner. We got Fantage Lover and J-Dog. All right, J-Dog, woof, woof. Let's get your free square cut, authentic altered Lickitung. Landing on number 2. Who's that? CS Man. CS Man? He's the winner? Does he know? Is he here? I don't think he's here. We're going to write CS Man on the back. Sundays always seem a little slow. I'm actually tempted to start taking Sundays off. You know, I feel like it's appropriate for me to start taking time off at this point. We took this Saturday off. Some people take every Saturday and Sunday off. And I haven't done that for like 6 years now. And it feels nice. It's nice. We took Saturday off. We had a little bit of fun. We had a good reason. We had Collecto-o-con. And to be honest with you guys, I just worked anyways. I worked on card grading. Like I said, I was preparing the tag submission. But, you know, Sunday is pretty consistently slow. I wish I could make Alexis. I wish I could make Alexis stream right now. She'd have to be awake. She'd have to be in here in this room, selling you guys cards, talking to you guys, being awake. I don't think it's going to happen. Let's see. Anyone want to battle for the Squirtle before he sends it? The Squirtle. What's he talking about? I don't take days off. Crazy hard worker. Battle in general, I think there are a couple. I think it's okay if the Sunday streams cut a little shorter here. It looks like we got a nice 2 hours in. And that's about the size of a daytime stream. So that's not too bad. And we had some cool Poke Shuffles and live customs and even waifu shuffles get open tonight. That was fun. Nobody bought into the case break for the 151. So we'll see if that moves a little more in the daytime stream. And in general, I didn't see any huge card openings tonight. There wasn't anything super crazy. We did get one pretty good clip, though. We're going to get this Hathim God Pack clip, which, by the way, let me set that up. Give me a second here. No, don't go. Let me grab this. If there's not enough demand for me to stick around, then that's a good excuse for me to just go hop off. And honestly, I'm probably just going to go relax. I would like to start relaxing more. I feel older, and I feel like I've already done what I kind of set out to accomplish, which was to put together a really good Pokemon card collection. I think I'm going to take a little time off. I mean, unless orders come in on it, then I'm going to probably stick around. But again, if it's a slow night, I'll probably just go relax. Now, we're going to jump over here to the Clips channel. Stream clips. I could make a video, like a Carddass video, but even that requires a bit of work. I think I might actually just go play. This is going, I have not relaxed on Saturday. I drove to Kansas City. I went to this convention. I worked on grades, and then I drove home. There's no point where I've relaxed yet, and so relaxing sounds pretty nice. We're going to say, Hatham pulls a Gundam God Pack. Man, good for him. Rest is important. Mister, you didn't do my order, says Mr. Hatham. Oh, let me take a quick look at that. Hatham, could you tell me what that is? Food review at Dollywood? I'm not seeing it. Let's log in real fast. I thought we did take care of your order. Let's take a quick look at that, guys. Clicking on this. What's the 151 case break? It was another 5 of the Gundams. I'm going to go ahead and service it. You know what? Maybe it looked really similar to your last order, and so maybe my brain thought we were done. Like maybe my brain thought we had already done that one. Yeah. Sometimes that happens when the queue's really short. By the way, when the queue's really short, like the emails get really wonky, and you have to hit refresh. I don't know why that is, but I suspect that is one of the largest source of, you know, mistakes where we don't open something. Dollywood is a trip. Dollywood got the #1 rating for theme park in America. You know what's really interesting about that? You know, the company that owns Dollywood owns another interesting roller coaster theme park, and that would be Silver Dollar City out here in Branson, Missouri, which Karis and I have gone to a whole bunch now that we live kind of close to it, and it's always good. I always come back and talk about how it feels like a really special thing. So if Dollywood just kind of copied the formula from Silver Dollar City, I can see why it would be rated so high, which I've gone and I've watched some footage of it. And yeah, so it's a very, very similar theme park to Silver Dollar City. They took the same ideas and just made them into another place. Actually, I think that, I don't know if I'm right about this. Is Dollywood the spinoff from Silver Dollar City, or is Silver Dollar City the spinoff from Dollywood? Let me, actually, which came first? I'm going to ask it. Which came first, Dollywood or Silver Dollar City? Might be Dollywood. Oh, Silver Dollar City came first in 1960s. What? And then Dollywood began in 1961? It became Dollywood in 1986. It started as Rebel Railroad, later renamed Gold Rush Junction, then Silver Dollar City, Tennessee, until it finally got renamed Dollywood when Dolly Parton partnered with the Hershend family, who also owns Silver Dollar City, Missouri. That's so fascinating because Silver Dollar City is right next to Dolly Parton's, like, what do they call it, like rodeo roundup thing. She's got this huge, like, arena where you can watch horses do crap while you eat chicken dinner. Karis and I went to that. It was really fun. I don't know if I'd go back to it twice. It's a bit too family friendly for me. It's just not interesting enough. But the horse tricks were pretty cool. Yeah, they were legit. It's really neat. And the meal was kind of pricey. I think it was like, the meal was like I can't remember. It was like $50 maybe per each. But then you get the show too, right? So you get chicken, you get brown, you get like the choice of a brownie or apple turnover. You get a soup, you get a biscuits and gravy kind of soup. It was cool. It was a whole experience. Dolly Partner. Oh, it was called Dolly Partner Stampede. That's what it's called. Dolly Partner Stampede. So that's huge out in Branson, and it's right next to Silver Dollar City. They're next to each other because Silver Dollar City is in Branson. So that's interesting that she would partner up with the Hershend family. They probably know each other. Okay, now we have to hit refresh. Just like I was saying, when the queue is really short, you hit refresh. Okay, we've got Mr. Isaac Thomas, and he says 2 more of the Minecraft base and 2 more of the hobby. You got it, man. Let's get those open real fast. So Minecraft-based Minecraft hobby. Where are these things? Oh, wait. I moved these to be easier to find. It ironically made it harder to find. Okay. 2 of these. Let's restart that music one more time. That music finished playing because, ooh, I love this song. I'm going to let this play. This is the, what is it called? Sim City nighttime song. Cedar Point also owns Michigan Adventure. Yeah, so anyways, what was fascinating to me about Silver Dollar City was how really good I felt after going there. I was like, wow, that was kind of relaxing and fun and good. Somehow relaxing. I didn't understand that part. But I'd always grown up next to Six Flags, and we'd gone there many, many times. I went to Six Flags so many times as a teenager. It's shocking. It was like every other day in the summer, you know what I mean? We went there a lot. My older sister would get the season pass. I would get a season pass. She had a big group of friends, and I would tag along, and we'd just go there so many times in the summer. It was so fun. But it was always kind of ratty and noisy, and there's, you know, screaming kids, annoying kids, you're worried your stuff's going to get swiped. It just had a really terrible feeling all the time. The Six Flags near St. Louis. Silver Dollar City has a completely different feeling. Everyone's so cordial and clean, and the music, they got like a little sounds on the overhead, and it's just, wow, look at this. Wither skeleton looks amazing. You want a close up? You got to see it closer. Look at that. Look how cool that is. Pretty neat. And look at the texturing on the hollow portion there. See that? That's neat. Sort of speckle. Yes. What good stuff did you get at Collecto-o-con? Hello, Dennis. So just the one thing. I didn't buy a lot, but just this one thing. See if I can grab it. Here it is. I bought a little Tyranitar. Look how nice that was. SeaWorld's better. I've been to Florida SeaWorld when I was younger, and I saw like the otter show where they had the otters do the flips. I saw the orca whale in the orca whale swimming tub. This was, you know, this was in the late 90s, and people didn't care so much about animal abuse rights and all that crap. Although that kind of stuff was starting up. So end of 90s, early 2000s, people were starting to make noise about that kind of stuff. But I got to see it all. I got splashed by the whale, and it was cool. I thought it was pretty fun. Look at that dragon. I remember when I was younger, when we were there, we bought a little toy shark. It was a little yellow shark, which was a toy I owned for a long time. So TNT. It's a little plastic shark. Here's lava. Oh. The pig and the bird. And in the background, the llama. Holographic, glow-in-the-dark llama. SeaWorld was the worst. Was it? Shamu. T2T-tar. Lol, of course you got that one. Hey! Yeah, of course I did. We are? Ooh. Your opinion doesn't count. I'm making $72 to watch Mister from work. Hey, I like the sound of that. That sounds nice, man. So you're paid by the hour to probably sit at a desk is my bet. And so you've got the show on, and you're enjoying the entertainment while you are getting paid. We are? Free Willy ruined those parks. That's probably it. Free Willy. That's probably it. Let them free. Hell no, dude. Those sharks are for those whales are for my entertainment. You don't hear so many people talk about that anymore, do you? You don't hear as many people complain about it. But back then, they even made that South Park episode. Remember that? Where they send the whale to the moon. Oh, here you are. Okay, Isaac Thomas. Look at this. So you've got a sort of like a rainbow refractor chrome card here, the cat. And it is numbered 203 out of 475. All right, so definitely you could get a crazier one than this, but this is pretty good anyway. You got to hit out of here. So a very vibrant, very pretty. So if you were to grade this, it just looks much better than a typical card. And that's, what is this music? Oh my God. All right, we'll play this one instead. Steve O went crazy on SeaWorld. I'm an operator at a pipe plant. We make pipe for pipelines. One 50-inch pipe is $50K. Oof, that's a lot of money. 50-inch or 50-foot? 50-foot. Oh, the witch and polar bear. Okay, okay. There we have it. This guy lays pipe. I hear that he lays pipe. Haha. So, that is for our friend Mr. Isaac. Let's get this into your bag. Tell you what, we'll slide this card in between these two packs for protection. Just a natural layer. Alex, stay away from cats. I do the same, making good money to watch YouTube. Oh, that's cool. I like to hear that. Some people get really good jobs where they just kind of, maybe they work more like in a relaxed setting. And I remember getting my first office job at the bank, how nice it was. You know, after I was in my senior year at college, I got an office job. Everyone wore like a suit or business casual. So I was dressed with business casual. And it was the very first time I ever worked at an office. Always worked labor jobs before then. Coca-Cola was a labor job. Target, Sears, Sam's Club, working for my dad with the wood business, very physical job. But I got an office job working on a database. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting on a nice, comfy little chair. I get free coffee. There's a, it was the headquarters for the bank. So they had a chef, and there was like, you could go up and order all this stuff. It was like specially made. You get like steak and potatoes, whatever it is. And so it was a nice restaurant inside of there, or you could just eat the food you brought in. And everyone was smiling. Everyone was happy. All the people were just like, there were security guards too to keep the riffraff out. There were security guards. So they had like a security guard desk. I never forgot all this, by the way. It was a very interesting time period of my life. And it was such a significant upgrade to what I'd ever done. But I suppose I was sort of anticipating this because I'd been to many, tech companies will host special like parties for young college students to join and get free food and listen to basically like their spiel of what they do at their company. So I'd been to a couple of those and I already had a sense of it. And my dad worked in an office too. So I knew what that was like because he would take us along with him. Ooh, you got a gold. That's got to be Mew. Oh, no, it's not Mew. It's a purple energy. Psychic energy it is. Your memory would be bad if you forgot. Well, no, it's just these little details, you know. My brain remembers like this stuff that, because it found it also curious, you know, like you feel like a different person. This is what I'm trying to get to. You don't feel like the same person by the time you get into an office. If you spent all your time doing like these young man jobs, these, maybe you could call them lower class jobs, you know, just throwing trucks at a Target, that's a lower class job. So if you spend your whole life rubbing elbows with people at those jobs, doing those jobs yourself, you see yourself as that person. You're like, this is my people, this is my group, this is the group I belong in, this is where I belong. And then all of a sudden, you're like an imposter wearing your business casual outfit in a fancy little corporate, you know, office. And everyone, hey, Greg, how are you? You know, and it's just like this very weird, it's this very weird, very sudden change. It's also very different from going to school too, because when you're in school, you don't necessarily feel like you're going to be successful. You feel like that's the point of the education, but you're not quite there. So it's like purgatory. All right, here we are. All right. What a tease. I work one office job and one physical job. It's chilling. I've seen the movie Office Space. It was cool. So you would go in there, and just about once per week, there was free food for everybody. Like once a week, they had samosas or something like that. Hey, guys, it's a cupcake day. Just like constantly. I was like, dang, dude, I'm going to get fat as hell. And I was very skinny at that point. I was much healthier because all the work I'd ever done was, again, physical labor jobs, you know, and then I started going to college. I probably put on a little weight in college because I wasn't working the weight off anymore. I wasn't doing any physical labor anymore. Mark Anthony Taddeo, 1 Magic the Gathering, Aether Drift, 1 Duskmorn, I have a bag. All right, let's get that Duskmorn and Aether Drift. Yeah, I'd work all, yeah, if I, you know, if I overate, all that calories would be burned off with my energy burn on a busy work day. Aether Drift. I think we're in our last box of that. It is. So this Aether Drift is a very interesting set because it has a box topper. Oh, you're in it. You already know. Okay, so here we go. Set you there, and you got spots number 1 and number 2. Very nice, very nice. And let's write you down for here. So you got number 2. Anyways, it was just a real big culture shock. I felt like an imposter being there. I felt like any minute they were going to figure out that I was a filthy poor person or something like that. You know what I mean? And there was a real sense of that. Because you could tell some of the people there were making bank, bro. They just have a feeling of being rich. You know, like the boss would come through and he just felt like $1 million. Just minted $1 million. You'd be like, oh my God. Hopefully he doesn't see me for who I really am. Grasping long neck. Ooh, yeah, it felt like an imposter kind of thing. Here's unable to scream. He's playing Minecraft music. You don't have to wonder. It sucks. I'd always wonder what it would be like in an office job. That's how I feel about my job. I love it, but 12 to 15 hours a day gets to you sometimes. Yes, that's not good for you. Here's murder. Ah! Ragged playmate. I think that's creepier than the Chucky doll. Ragged playmate. Look at this. If I had to face the Chucky doll or this thing actually scares me more. It looks like it's from hell. The Chucky doll looks like cheesy or something. Like, get out of here, Chucky. You look like a bitch. All right. Here's Moldering Jim. Dashing Bloodsucker. Threats around every corner. Flood Pit's Drowner. Violent Urge. Swamp. Nashi, Searcher in the Dark. Fear of sleep paralysis. Yeah. Karis has a legitimate fear of sleep paralysis because she gets that. It terrifies her. Here's Split Up. Enduring Courage. Ghost Vacuum. All right, okay. And Insect. All right, Ghost Vacuum it is. You have to, but the CEO is bald and 5'7". I feel that at the factory I work at, when the owners are on the floor, you can tell they got money. Oh, don't you hate that feeling? It's like, you pay me more. Stop being so rich. Get out of here. No, there feels like a class divide. Like there's a clear line between them and everyone else. And yeah, it's a real thing. It's a fascinating thing, you know. Makes you more aware of like hierarchy. But I never let that bother me too much, the whole hierarchy stuff. Chrome Mox, mythical rare. Some tells me that's good. You got Chrome Mox. Looks pretty. It's got chrome in the name. I own the place. Here's a $10 tip. They are beautiful. All right. Very nice. We've got Far Fortune, End Boss, Draconautics, Engineer, Adaptive Omni Tool, Full Throttle, Burner Rocket, Rover Blade, Mountain, Fuel the Flames, Cloudspire Captain, Hour of Victory, Aether Jacket, Mag-making Artillerist, Staking Oil Gorger. Steak sounds so good right now. Bright Field Glider. All right, there you go. I played Kiss Butt with the owners here. They take me out to lunch with them every time. Got to work with people like Ron Burkle. He hands out Benjamins for simply opening the door for him. You are? All right, there we go. You'll never see me do that. Doesn't matter how rich I get. You are? No way. $100 for opening a door. That's like arrogant or something. It's like an insult. Yes, I have so much money that you can open the door for $100 for me. Sure. All right, that is for our friend Mr. Mark. Thank you, Mr. Mark. Chrome Mox is $132. Woo! All right. That's a lot of money. New bag? He says I have a bag. Okay. Martin, Matthew, Matt, Megan, Matthew, Mark Anthony Taddeo. Here it is. I chilled my butt into a nap. Gotta head back into work. He owned the Pittsburgh Penguins. We talked hockey while I hailed him a can. People do that at the hotel sometimes. They want to look good in front of their lady friends, usually. Oh, that's interesting. There you are. If I was a woman, I'm a woman, Moss. If I was a woman and my dude, my guy, started handing out money, like hundreds of dollar bills for doing like a simple thing, I'd be like, you're wasteful! Stop! All right. At them, 5 more Gundams. Should be another open box. You're saying there should be 2 open boxes? Oh, the last You're right. The last 2 packs from the other open box. Oh, it's not 2. Hold on. Wait a second. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Brooke owns half the world. He doesn't need to impress anyone. He'll buy the company. He's so rich. We are. Yeah, well, you can't buy love. Get her done. Let me snip this. Snip. Oh. Ta-da. Now, we've got the LR. Wow. This is some Firelink Shrine music. Ooh. Ooh, LR plus green tanky shield guy. Ooh. Karis is actually playing the original Dark Souls right now. She's getting her butt kicked. I watch her play from time to time. It's very slow. Not a fast-paced game. Very slow. Not a lot of sophistication to the battle. Bad guy swings, and then you have to block it or dodge it, or... And it's so clunky. Not smooth. How hard is it to get an LR++? Well, we haven't pulled one yet. We've pulled a God Pack, but not an LR++. We've pulled a C++, but not an LR++. There it is. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Thin. Appreciate it, man. Well. That was nice. We got the stream up for another 20 minutes. That wasn't so bad, was it? That was cool. I liked that. Friggin' LR++. How hard is it to get an LR++? Of course, staff wants to keep him happy. What is this music, man? All these songs want like, ha, in it. Ooh, a Venusaur. Here's Ivysaur. Here's a Pikachu. Pika. Here's Gyarados. Gyat. And Yoshi Egg. Oh my. Was that a computer science joke? Was it? Well, guys, I think we might wrap up here. What do you guys think? We have a nice 100 viewers. I really appreciate you all being here. You know, we're going to be back on for Monday daytime stream. And it's going to be vertical. Daytime stream vertical, nighttime horizontal. That's what we're doing these days. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see if it's a busy stream. I don't know. For real, Alex. Work. Yeah, that's right. Back to work. You got to pay your bills, and then you got to pay your taxes, and you got to pay this person to do this job for your house because your house is falling apart. And then when you're done paying for that, you can pay for another thing like your terrible health bills. And then you got to pay for, your car broke, and then you got to pay for your car now. And then eventually your car breaks forever, and you have to buy another car. And costs so much money just to exist in America. So you better get back to work. All right, guys, have a nice night. I hope to see you in the Monday daytime stream. That's okay if you can't make it, though, because we've also got the Monday nighttime stream. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Happy Sunday weekend. See you later.